the bill. Oh, you order Qatar? That's an expensive meal. And Yahoo ain't forget, he just kept passing on the debt while we slept. He gave us Benadryl. Now Allah, he waking us up. Yahudi first, if you ain't that, you taking a dump. We was under the hood, you just spacing the trunk. Meaning we keep this thing moving, you just space for the jump. Nigga, go and get it right while it's still a chance. Stop spinning around, you ain't a ceiling fan. Yeah, you need a ruach in that inner man before you punch out of that clock of life and kick the can. Don't need to have a hook to say my song is tough. I'ma let you go, I know I held you long enough. Yahudi gang till death, that's all we got is us. Leave these snakes in the back and let them wash my dust. Yahudi gang till death, that's all we got is us. Leave these snakes in the back and let them wash my dust.
Yahudi gang till death. It's a movement.
Strength, reasonable health, hear no complaints from me. I should be dead or harm, instead I made a way for me. This road sometimes seem rough, but it's a beautiful way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's a beautiful way.
How do you hoo for this beautiful way? Kabukabaya, ukanano tibar enough to say. Even with 1,000 tongues, I still be speechless. So road set for destruction, my life was until his grievance. Walking this tightrope, get balanced to staggering challenges of life. Basic instructions before leaving earth help us to see his plight. So we look to the Safan for his dabarim. When seeking strength, we look to the amount of Yahusha's scheme. Not many can do this cause they don't see it as we see it. To live by strict instruction rather than the lap of Jesus. I'm pleased this way was set up just for me. I was too blind to see to Hamashi. I stir Kai and me, then Rasha had to flee. I don't always get what I want, but it's his will, not mine. Long as it equate to salvation, I'll be just fine. Created in his image for his purpose, so I'm living lovely. This tangible will perish, so I look for what's above me, and I
got my strength, reasonable health, hear no complaints from me. I should be dead or harm, instead I made a way for me. This road sometimes seem rough, but it's a beautiful way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's a beautiful way.
This is a beautiful way, Hado Yahuwah. Hear me when I say there's none truer. Believe me, I have served the falsehood, where wash your ways are all good. Just pray and ask the Lord for forgiveness, then your fault's good. Nah, he said that way up for the heathens, Christians, atheists, false religions, them cretins. Only one way, one done, one right or one foe. Yahukanan, Yah's gracious, showed his patience when he gave me another chance. Instead of death, gave me life, now I can do my dance. I don't deserve it, that's why every service I'm pressing in. Wanna sleep easy when my time come, ain't no rest in sin, not living lesser than. I'm an aristocrat of a high society, the sky's where my limits at. I'm being blunt, not sugarcoating, I want you to figure that I'm on a low level. I'm moving on up, but not to Jefferson.
I got my strength, reasonable health, hear no complaints from me. I should be dead or harm, instead I made a way for me. This road sometimes seem rough, but it's a beautiful way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's a beautiful way.
I was sick, man, my life was in the hump and I ain't joshing you. Living blind, following philosophy, just like a colossity bag full of piss poor. My life was it, dying in the sinking ship, false escape, had to cut it quick. Too legit to bar him and the fascia my being. Fire burned away impurity, so my ruach steady beaming. Our aura of the rock set to shine, his beauty gleaming like precious jewels. Peculiar arm in and out of season. Hope the reason he saw me fit was to mold me for salvation. Beautiful plan set before me for my ruach libation. So I won't thirst for his devour, obtain Kai and my patience. Obedience will be fulfilled, cast down imagination. Yah is gracious, Yahukanan, convicted, Barak is calm. Mute and word the sentence, but my pardon was his recall. A vapor that fade away. Short time, I'm here to stay, but I'm so thankful that he called me to his beautiful way. Yeah.
I got my strength, reasonable health, hear no complaints from me. I should be dead or hard, instead y'all made a way for me. This road sometimes seems rough, but it's a beautiful way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's a beautiful way.
This is another Big Lee production. Keep your head up. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah! You need to know trouble don't last always, and if you're feeling down about it, this is what you say. Hey, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Positive. Simple adjective of how we ought to be. Working out together like the organs in your body. We can be a rich family like the Saudis. To show each other love, now that's an energy. Negativity will sting you like a bumblebee. Even positive is first on the battery. Just reading right to left, that's how it's supposed to be. And I see women running through me and so casually. We like your moral and ethics, that's called anatomy. Understand what you give out is what you get. So don't expect them garden flowers if you plant it land. Yeah! You need to know trouble don't last always, and if you're feeling down about it, this is what you say. Hey, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. You need to know trouble don't last always, and if you're feeling down about it, this is what you say. Hey, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. All brown girls, it's time to flourish, girl. That's essential like a massage. Barack, go girl. Keep your modesty high like a loft and real authentic. Draw near to your hoosha, he will keep your candle lit. And that's an absolute if you stay in total compliance. We give kaboom to the one who's covering our life. He be the one to endue you with power, to slay the giant. Immaculate, so your hoosha's larger than life. So let's put down all the strife and become unified. Courier this message back and forth across the lines. Reflections on connections to get you in the direction of perfection for election. That's one of a kind. You need to know trouble don't last always, and if you're feeling down about it, this is what you say. Hey, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. You need to know trouble don't last always, and if you're feeling down about it, this is what you say. Hey, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. And keep it positive on the dating, ladies, because you never know what someone else is going through. If you see a sister fall, be there to help, because you never know. Next time, it might be you.
These people done came here, they know they don't belong over there. They know they standing on stolen property. No, I told you know how you affected them, how you got him to move? Economics. I've told you black people before. White people only understand two things, violence and economics. These are only two things white people understand. Your talking don't mean nothing to white people. Money, violence.
I'ma take this New Jersey and show you I make it work for me. It's non-fiction, no holes in this story. Y'all who deemed chosen the glory, the promise was here before me. Cause y'all love my father, he kept his word and restored me. Now I know I did idol worship that made him afford me. At the time of this ignorance, I committed it like Jeroboam. Behold your gods when these rappers flowing. The Ashkenazis built the platform. The Isles of the Gentile, the lion roaring. Now the Zionists pouring blood. The indignation, vexation of a righteous judge. Visited the iniquity on people specifically. Contributed to our captivity. And then forget it like Amalek. They're sticking them with shanks in the front and the back. Cause they oppress us with banks and interest rates jack. Sky high, living in debt the people die by. It's not your Torah to abide by. We identify lies.
We never meant us any good. We know it's good in every one of these people. Don't say all of them. Now, please don't take up to about everyone. I'm talking about the people that operate this system. We ain't had they ever meant you any good. Malcolm said it the best. Where can he ever go and say he outbrought peace? In Iraq? In Afghanistan? Where he did it? Where? In Vietnam? Everywhere he went, he's only destroyed.
If you ain't getting what I'm spit, then it ain't made for you. Cause the truth will make you free if you obeying while you're praying for it. You get complacent, inconsistency play. Now you entertain it, what's in the saying? Lingering statements, tantalizing but analyze, result is damnation. Television programming, jamming your concentration, scramble your information. Ramifications, glamour and hardy faces. And turn the channel for journalism investigations. The ones addressing the nation, the message they created. Suppressing media, edited and replace it with household reality shows to stay evasive, divert mind, pervert eyes from covert operation. Viacom affiliates, subsidiary Nielsen Raiders. Target our babies, demographic commercialization. While we all busting our hump, paying for phones and cable, finance our own infiltration and our own dictator.
Nobody tell them, say, anytime they can get y'all young people here make a fool out yourself and get you incarcerated in man's system, he already got you taken. He already know we're gonna have to get you incarcerated. You're gonna 9 times you're gonna go gay, or you're gonna get yourself in Boston, or you're gonna get yourself and get killed. He already know what he's doing to you. Tell black man, we ain't gotta take now what belongs to us, they gonna fall to us anyway. Y'all hear me? All I need the so-called nigga do is turn back to his God. Turn back to all our humans, see with a different man.
I'm off from servitude, heard them skill, we're using the word or two. Combat your subconscious, perform a versus you knew. It's not prophecy, philosophy, it's artistry done properly. Only all I hear can stop me. My lumen is watching with trumpets, I'm marching excited. A quicken that got me right, like Mount Sinai, thunder and lightning, watch it I die. It's sinners and tights, D, cause sit down now. Can't see the beam until I remove the mold from my eye. I've been knee deep in the gospel, now it's past my thigh. But going to waste is not the case. Yahushua's my guy. That's why I praise, because he conquered the grave. I'm confident I'll raise on the first resurrection when I die. My justification will come through how I comply the trials and tribulations. Y'all make a way to escape. Possess your soul and your patience. I pray for edification. Headed to your occupation, whether you're riding at home. Earphones, I mixtaped it. 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 Mixtaped it.
Yahudi gang till death. It's a movement.
Yeah, J Rich, YG, we back. How we roll? This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Stand 10 toes down, never fold. We don't fold. Only here for the saving of our soul. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Ask for your help, now I get it on our own. Navigation set and our destination home. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. They desire to get the sheep in these city streets. Wanna see you slacking, get caught lacking, you getting fleeced. Wolves on the hunt, they found Yahusha sending meat. He became the meal and yet still was the centerpiece. I paint the picture you call, I'm making it clear. Dinner was on it too, they was stripped naked, they stared. Only way this could happen, they table was made a snare. Accomplishing things Dawood already said in prayer. Where 69th division of Tahalim, it was written by the mouth of our great Nabaim, yeah, he pinned it. Shaul came and confirmed, gotta be second witness. No excuse for the world where Elohim can condemn it. Yeah, look, every eye gonna see him and I believe it. They start hit the scene in his 90 next to the heathens. Eternal fire, he heated. They crying and they bereaving. Drive by on that cloud, we riding and screaming. This is how we roll. Stand 10 toes down, never fold. We don't fold. Only here for the saving of our soul. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Ask for your help, now I get it on our own. Navigation set and our destination home. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Sleepy niggas go and take your neck. The main ones who be saying they don't take all that. Be the same ones hating, they be fake or cat. Because Yahusha gave his life and he ain't draw back. That's how we roll. Every decision about his soul, but the world don't give a f. Them niggas out of control. For me, I go consider get wisdom out of the scroll. Don't wanna burn when I get up, be kicked up out of his foe. Yeah. And since my sight is limited, hard to see like driving at night out of that tinted whip. But I got a preacher who make it plain, my vision fits. Easy to follow and read, that's good penmanship. It's benefits that come with serving the lamb. What it be? Eternal Kai, I won't burn in the end. Might catch me on 20, I'm swerving the bins.
We blasting off like Kim Jong-un. Call me Rocket Man, the dweller monk of Cobb. Lighting up with your Hootie clan. Get lit on a hill, our aura ain't hard to see. So we ain't tipping bottles, we ain't blowing trees. They say AC, you mighty strange. We see you changing the way you glow. I'm shining bright and Kushak too, no comment big on what I know. Savage like Randy, you know I'm the cream of the crop. We dancing in the cosmos when you look up Yahoo Demo top. We rep that second Shamayim. Armstrong was dreaming. You say he landed on the moon, you stupid niggas dreaming. You see that bright light? That's just me beaming. A shooting could cop that leave you send the niggas leaning. Lame preaching Sunny D, unleash the power of the sun. Ain't nothing sweet about us, world get lit when Yahuwah come, a consuming fire. All the stubble weeds are done, our aura shining everywhere. There ain't no place for you to run. Come up a little higher while there's some time to get it right. Step above the rest, sitting high so they can see our light. I'm feeling virtuous, my light don't go out when it's night. Yahudim could cop, who else gon' rise up while it's still your night? He's coming with clouds for us all, it won't be long. Watch me levitate, we outta here. Yahudi cool car, we're changing at the twinkle of our eye, it won't take long. We blasting off like some astronauts. Yahudi cool car.
From the moon, please keep us in truth. And so come my too. Now I'm asking you. Tell me what's your desire? Is it Yahuwah's empire? Better trying to get it right for forever. Your soul be on fire. When you should come back, tell me where you gon' be at. When you should come back, tell me where you gon' be at. Tell me what's your desire? Is it Yahuwah's empire? Better trying to get it right for forever. Your soul be on fire. When you should come back.
Life trying to gain a whole rock. But what's your problem that it's all gonna fade away? I'm just living to die, and you call it a rise, and it'll be in shalom. I see you who was face. Your weight is a vein that you're lacking. Your reward gonna be based on your actions. Gotta divide from the world to be added to ya, and anything that don't fit is subtracted. I know it might sound mean, but they ain't average. And that was more my fault, but you ain't catch it. If you don't eat your salvation, it's it out of the equation. There's a man of his word that wanna test him. Every day must examine yourself. Yahuwah was perfect, won't take nothing less. Matthew Yahoo 13:47 through verse 50 tell you how y'all come up with this. Other thing which I spoke unto you, add it up, cause this is the psalm. I rock 100, name Yahusha. He's in Shamayim, sitting on the right hand of the throne. Ain't coming back for no sinner man and no sinner woman. Better turn from your wrong, cause in a while he gon' crack the cloud. And although that's Kadashi gon' take us home, let me know.
Tell me what's your desire? Is it Yahuwah's empire? Better trying to get it right for forever. Your soul be on fire. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at. Tell me what's your desire? Is it Yahuwah's empire? Better trying to get it right for forever. Your soul be on fire. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at.
Look, cinnamon. Tell me where you gonna run to. That you escape cause the Abba don't judge. Must have forgot that the sun do. If you ain't right, you be willing when he come through. Better turn for you burn, never come new. Just like a thief in the night, he be taking your life, but he gon' bring you the freedom on the no truth. Everybody knows of is Irene, but our greatest captivity sin. Better break the chain and let go of race. I'll bring chapter 12 that they had to sin. And take it to binge it like medicine to increase endurance so this place should win. It ain't giving the strong, it ain't giving the split, but this battle is fun when you hold to the end.
Better hold on, it'll all be worth it when we go home. He knew it was weak, so he bore all our sins, he was so strong. Your choice in my cool for the fire. Your work gon' show what you desire. Why live a life of sin when Yahuwah is open, he can take you higher. Tell me what's your desire? Is it Yahuwah's empire? Better trying to get it right for forever. Your soul be on fire. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at. Tell me what's your desire? Is it Yahuwah's empire? Better trying to get it right for forever. Your soul be on fire. When Yahuwah come back, tell me where you gon' be at. When Yahuwah come back.
the Yashara. To the Yahudim first. Y'all know what time it is. Depart from the dark with them is what I've been taught. Cause I'm in struggling here and suffering. Play with these idol gods with them. They Jesus. I had put all my heart in them. He frauded me. Even left a little scar in me. I'm wounded with the wound of an enemy. Chastised cruelly from all the tools of iniquity. Most high bruised me. I knew he was sick of me. I could battle reproach. But look, I turned from iniquity. Let me cry loud. Spare not. Lift up my voice to the people, but they hear not. He say the ox know it's all of the hands. His master script. Y'all should roll. Don't consider my people even with sin. Every time you look around and Satan played him again. Keep pouring out your soul, he gon' rape you again. We all been did things we don't wanna repeat again. So let's not hold nothing in. It's getting close to the end. Look, put your hands up if you a Yahs Empire. Now put your hands down, Yahs Empire. Present yourself faultless. Who called your boy? The y'all think know what it is. Give him all a couple. Put your hands up if you a Yahs Empire. Now put your hands down, Yahs Empire. Present yourself faultless. Who called your boy? The y'all think know what it is. Now give him all a couple. Don't be offended by synonyms and antonyms, but be converted to the hers and the hymns. Submit your body, head, torso, and your limbs. And what's inside is unified so it can live. Just as Yahushua left out, he's coming back again. And all the soul for Rosh, you know what's headed there. He gon' be weeping and wailing all through the streets. And the sins you don't let go of, all of them you can keep love. You know you don't want that man to take you, be filthy still. So do to Barasha, now which it is. Come on over on your side, you know it's real. Just turn right and go straight, you know, shift the gears. Be sound in it, get you a crown fitted. This land get destroyed or prosperous, cause we in it. You know the Mount Coop is for the Kadasha, we gon' get it. America, just like Amalek, don't forget it. Now put your hands up if you a Yahs Empire. Now put your hands down, Yahs Empire. Present yourself faultless, who called your boy? The y'all think know what it is. Now give him all a couple. Put your hands up if you a Yahs Empire. Now put your hands down, Yahs Empire. Present yourself faultless, who called your boy? The y'all think know what it is. Now give him all like a boo. Let me examine myself to see if I got sufficient. Don't wanna get too far, find out something missing. Gotta keep my lamp lit, bring enough oil with me to keep the path on beat. I'm sick of that hard living. I wanna turn a Kai, gotta avoid sinning. Don't wanna stick out to the system, but I'm dark skinned. Yahushua blood on me, I'm a mark nigga. I gotta do the bar and I'm a shamar quick. Done, help me keep my vow. You can make it all. Now put your hands up if you a Yahs Empire. Now put your hands down, Yahs Empire. Present yourself faultless. Who called your boy? The y'all think know what it is. Now give him all a couple. Put your hands up if you a Yahs Empire. Now put your hands down, Yahs Empire. Present yourself faultless. Who called your boy? The y'all think know what it is. Now give him all a couple.
Romans, chapter 9, verse 15. Listen. For he said to Meshach, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So glad that you weren't fair to me. I did you wrong, but yet and still somehow you care for me. The sinful mind, but Yahushua came and bear for me. And now he gone back to a place that he prepared for me. I belong that when he come back, I'll be ready for him. I can't tell you how much I need him, let my actions show it. Serve the hood with passion, the walk up in my actions. Only got one shot to live, I'll be a fool to blow it. If you alive alive today, mean you got a soul to save. Seek nothing which are above, this earth gon' pass away. So tell me, what do you love? Is it the fullness thereof? And what's your final estate after Yahushua was judged? Cause is the east from Yahweh and present, and all iniquities forgive so he can make it in. The wages of sin is death, and that's a price you pay with blood, but it's been covered by Yahushua, who could name a better love. No greater love, so I ain't even searching, and ain't no pity in these streets. These folks gon' leave you hurting. Ain't guessing cause I'm for certain on my purpose, so I'm working circumspect, cause Satan lurking. I can buy you who was serving.
It's a self journey, ain't it? I guess you in the battle by yourself too. Unless you have on the armor of Yahuwah.
Maya Key, Maya Kuth, we're in for the battle of our lives. And our adversary is roaming about like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. We're gonna need the same power granted under Shamshun to slay this beast.
As a child of our, I will have to fight the shot. If Yahuwah's got my back, then I won before we start. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up.
In this war against these demons, I have no regard. Battling wicked spirits in the flesh like a true good bar. They asking how I'm gonna beat them, I have no remarks. Other than I got the armor that can pummel Tony Stark. And see my like Gator or to fight the war they bring. Cause he's a man of war, no better yet a war machine. Don't be deceived by what you see, that victory you see, no it won't be. Plus did I mention we ain't Christians, so we don't turn the cheek. Fall back when we hit the scene, they girded up in the truth from my chest to deep. The blood stains on my boots when I came for peace, and tread it out like a fresh perfect cleats. When it would that be silly you that head up on the charger for the hair of my I got a name but ain't nobody, so there be no need to toe tag or in this piece of caskets, cause after the thrashing you'll trash with the fags. Praise his name. Come on.
Yahuwah's got my back, then I won before we start.
Hallelujah.
On my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. My heart, there's no way I can't depart. My fingers as a shield, then I'm pushing every time.
Hallelujah.
On my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own.
Look, say you wanna go to war, then it ain't no thing. You see this going board, no it ain't gon' change. Yeah, you can't ignore it, but the company's gonna pour it. Never show us full of wrath, but we serve it to you, man. In service to the most high, Yah Elohim, known as the chosen Abarim, Yahudim. We the ones he love, we gotta shed blood. You deserve it all because of Romans 3:15. Man, you get what you bring, we don't care what you think. Let your brothers gas you up, put slits in your tank. Strapped with a sword, cutting deep, as the bone to the soul. You ain't know that Abarim is like a shank.
Better hold on to the railway skate. My own cold heart said it still needs to be. Always on the side in case a nigga wanna try me, get him pretty ticky type of when you looking like a snake when you just today.
Yeah, we call it like we see it. You ain't even gotta heed what we are speaking. It's a secret to you heathens, and we hope that it is Jesus who you pray to and believe in. He won't rise up to defeat us. In the end, you'll be beneath us, you Cretans.
I will have to fight the shot. If Yahuwah's got my back, then I won before we start.
Praise his name.
On my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. In my heart, there's no way I can't depart. My fingers as a shield, then I'm pushing every car. Battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up.
Certainly appreciate you, who? Yes, sir. I think y'all got me on singing mode and I got loud of me. Appreciate you, who? I got that echo, it's a little loud on me. Appreciate them. That's a nice one. Austin came up first time I heard that one. Ain't that song? What is it? He wasn't fair with him?
Yes, sir.
That's tight. He was unfair to him? Oh, that's interesting. How you come up with that one? Man, that's interesting. Stolen. A lot of thievingism going on. I heard Bernie Mac said that too. He said, y'all new artists. He said, I'm telling y'all now, y'all new comedians. Don't use your stuff around these people. These guys are still. Nah, that's all right. Now, that's a nice one now. Got to turn up that background on now. That's nice though. That's all right. And everybody appreciate Yahuwah. Huh? It's still on the way. Oh, the winning team supposed to be on that one. I didn't know that one. That's awesome. I bet that they said Austin got a new. I said he got a new one. Yeah, like he wasn't fair to him. And then I heard Jaheed on there. I said, this is very interesting. And that was amazing. He said, yeah, Austin got them. They love that one. I said, he said, oh, you ain't heard it? I said, I heard the voice. I said, who is that talking? No wonder Jaheed said. They're coming. Woo, boy, woo. If he give me strength, he ought to give me bail money. I know I'm gonna need bail money to go with it. Woo, that Jaheed. Woo, bail money, bail money. I'm gonna give it a sign that caught us. Everybody all right? Yes, sir. Appreciate Yahuwah, everything he has done, everything he's doing, everything he's going to do. At the end of the day, we're here to do one thing. Make sure we get that thing right with Yahuwah. Isn't that right? On every end, every concept, trying to make sure we are minded of what we got to do. That's my earnest desire above everything, is making sure that we got it right. Don't want to run this race and get to the end and find out I was wrong. That's dangerous. You know, I don't want my own will, my own way. I don't want to have my own mind when it comes down to it. You know, we read last night in Corinthians, he talked about that, how, you know, the wisdom of Elohim, and you realize why we didn't know him, because of our wisdom. I don't want that wisdom. You know, our wisdom will see something different. Our wisdom will try to find its own way. Our wisdom will try to rationalize and marginalize what he told us to do. And before you know it, you'd be off the pathway. Many men have traveled this road we on. When I said men and women, and they fallen astray, fallen aside. A lot of them were slain, not for the debauch. Well, no, they were all killed for the debauch. So pretty much everybody been killed for the debauch. Whether you were killed because you transgressed or you were killed because you obeyed it. I just want to make sure when I die, I want to die right. Isn't that right? I want to die right when I die. Since I got to die, I don't want to die. I might as well die right. That's the truth too. You know, that's always the goal. And our young people, I can't stress again the importance of you guys really evaluating and considering what you're doing, the direction you're going, and the importance of why you need to start making changes. Don't worry about what your friends do. I know a lot of times, a lot of things depending on your friends, what your friends do. I mean, we ride bikes, yes, your friend, you gonna ride your bike? Because you want somebody to ride it with you. Well, you want to skate, you want to know somebody that's gonna skate. A lot of things depending on other people, you know what I'm saying? You realize, I remember sometimes I had to walk to the store, so I was good for trying to see who want to walk to the store. They'd be like, nobody want to walk, try to make up something. They just talk. You get to talking and start moving. But they know it, we done made it to the store. I had a friend, I used to call him, man, I used to call that joke every Saturday. I said, he like, man, I ain't going to the store. I said, man, I have a conversation before you know we at the store. I ain't like, every time I get him, oh yeah, I had him every time. He wasn't that bright, and I appreciate him too. I do. He was a good friend. He was a good friend too. He was a good, because if somebody bright would have called and said, he wouldn't even looked out that door and came out there. Because we were pulling that wagon too, see. And so if it's two of us, you don't know who wagon that was. You seen both of us putting that wagon, and I could lie. And I was gonna make sure they're gonna know that was his wagon. And he went to that school, And I was saying so I was, I was a pretty good Jonah. He said, shut up, nigga, you be putting that little red wagon to the store. Listen, them folks, look, listen, I get them folks straight. You thinking, I'm in high school, do this make sense? Then he'll break them down like, this makes sense, and it sure did. But listen, I kept. So he realized, oh, he just joking. That's exactly what he's doing. Ooh, no, this thing get out, man. I was like, Musha, sure this thing getting on. I'm gonna have to flee to school. Here we go to this coach. We should take the buggy and push the buggy. They wound up putting a gate around it. They got tired of them buggy, and I had to take them back. So I hated then. You had a hill and a curve, so I ride the back of that buggy back to the store in that curve. Them folks put a rail up. Them buggy couldn't leave that store no more. Here we go, went bought a little red wagon. I said, this man just surely want me dead, don't he? This man just got it in for me, man. Who buy their kid a little red wagon? So we sit in the store, we'll have it in there, put inside the little thing, and the kids be out there just riding on the wagon. My dad said, go out there and tell them kid got that wagon. I'm like, this is gonna be tight. That means in my wagon. So you trying to put this thing together in your mind the whole way to get out here and convince them got their wagon without there being a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you wanted more than we thinking, how we gonna get this done and don't make a mess out this whole thing? Woo, well, we're rough. Y'all kids got it made now. Y'all got it made, but it'll make it build character. You need some things in your life to let you see when Yahuwah allows you to develop and grow and change from things. You can appreciate. A lot of times, like with Yasharon, one thing that would have got them to appreciation of what they had, which wasn't a lot, because the people that had the land before them didn't make a big hoopla about the land. Nobody had signs up talking about we hills and valleys. It was when they got that they recognized they came out Mizraim. They didn't, the people that, why would they recognize? It rains everywhere. Why would they care? But when you in Mizraim and you got to carry water, then you get somewhere and the water come to you. You say, man, ain't that grand? Ain't that something? But see, they had to be in a different situation. See, why a lot of us don't appreciate things, it's because you ain't never been in a different situation. I'm just telling the truth. I learned that. You learn it. Like, give us our daily bread. It depends on what you had to eat. There's some people grew up, it was basic what it wasn't no change. It was the same thing, a little of. I think the twins, I think you said they had to steal food. You had to steal. People don't appreciate it. They don't realize, be able to sit down and eat. People take for granted. Why wouldn't I eat? Who ain't got food? Listen, I'm gonna have the earth. You'd be surprised, people, a lot of it. Man, they were showing the Gazians, the people, the Palestinians over there. Man, they were showing them folks scrapping for food to get that food out. I said, man, look at him. Gotta live like an animal. Listen, and it's every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? And for a parent, you gotta eat before you can feed your kids. So it's like, it's something you gotta have strength. You wanna feed your kid, but y'all fighting and bucking to get what you can. You can only get so much. And then when you get it, how you know somebody gonna take it from you? Somebody who's stronger see you and say, why I'm fighting them for it? I just take yours. So it's just so many things that we've taken for granted. We hadn't appreciated, and it comes to allow us to appreciate. Just like good health. I remember, oh shoot, man, my health. It's like almost hard to remember when I had a cold. You stayed well so long, you ain't had like to say, boy, you don't have an ache in the pain, you ain't even got a back, so you got a gristle. You thinking a gristle, you be telling your back, get out of here, boy, you got a gristle. You thinking a gristle. They like, old folks tell you don't even know what a back is. Cause you're a kid, they don't want to hear no stuff like that out of you. You get, and you take things for granted, and you watch other people, and then you look around and you realize, I'm one of them people. One of them people got to go to the hospital. I might need to go with other people. Now you gotta make an appointment. Go to the doctor for like, I got a doctor appointment. You got a doctor appointment. You don't go to no doctor appointment when you're young. Like, you go now. You set them things up like the dating game. I remember I had to have what that was, the kidney thing when they put the catheter. What is the catheter they put in? Yeah, Danny showed up down there. We was down there. I seen them guys, man, I woke up. I didn't even remember he was there until I didn't even remember seeing him. That lady was talking to me. She said, you real funny. She said, tell me one of them jokes. I got to tell her joke. I was out. When I woke up, I was parked by a back. She said, you real funny. She said, tell me one of them jokes. I said, I was gone. Listen, when I woke up, I was laying by a door on a strip. Man, I said, oh my goodness, what done happened to me? Just looking at, woo, then my wife had to go to an appointment to take it out. We were sitting in that hallway, we were sitting in the weight room. I was looking around, everybody in there was right at the point of death. And they were couples. I was looking around the room, I was looking at these people. I said, these folks old to death. I looked at her, I said, oh my goodness. I like, if they're gonna be the rest of our life, we're gonna be going to doctor appointments together? Like a date. Man, I'm be honest with you. It's stuff you take for granted. Listen, you just a day away. Everything you got, you a day away from homelessness, you a day away from death, you a day away from that man rap destruction, you a day away from his salvation. So you don't know what a day will bring. You don't know how that man, you'll wake up one day and feel like you're in a place with that man, you wake up and find out you're on the wrong side. Can you imagine? And that bad you wake up on the wrong side of that man. That's a bad place to be, because that's a place you can't get out unless he'll elect. That's a place, the only way we can get ourselves to where we need to be. And a lot of us, I consider, I have been an enemy of Yahuwah. You know, we don't typically think, I let them finish this. Come on, I want to hold y'all up down there. Yahuwah with her. Do something different. Those that are able. I be new. Our Father, we humbly submit ourselves unto you, that you will, according to your will, allow us to be your people. Allow us to break away from a mindset of years that we've lingered, we procrastinated, we marginalized our disobedience and our dissatisfaction towards you as though it was nothing. We marginalize our kata and we maximize the violation of others. When we saw their kata, we said, surely they were your enemies. When we saw them serving Shikayu contrary, we said, surely a day of destruction is coming upon them. We never, ever saw ourselves as a people fitted for your wrath because of our disobedience. We come before you, most Kudash Abba, who is Al Shaddai, who is Abir. We confess before you that we have gone wrong and we have fallen short, not only as a Gui, a nation, but as individuals. If we sat and we watched and we did not speak, we were guilty. If we did not call it to the Aor when we saw it contrary, then surely we're guilty. I do for this hour of time you've given us for reconciliation. Not only us, but our both, the fathers, the Benim, our children, the seeds of whom you declared, because you are halved, the Abo, you love the fathers. You chose their Benim, and you set your affection, your Yeshua upon us. I do. Thanks. All the Tudah, to the Shem of Yahushua, HaMashiach, who is Gadol, who is great above all, who is truly our Malak, our Emperor. Let him shah over us, for surely he is our Nashi, which our Prince, the one you set to rule us, to recover us, to bring us back unto you, as Rehoboam sought to return Yasharal back into their stead. We repent for thoughts, actions, ideals, self-wills, murmuring, grumbling, complaining, hatred, backbiting, lusting, adultery, fornication, theft, murders, whatever it be, even the blasphemy against your will, against your Shem, against the Ben of Yahushua HaMashiach, not always spoken, but in our actions. Allow us to be able to indulge in your Debar, your word, not for our self-glory, but for our repentance, for our recovery, for our healing, for our establishing as a Gui, as a Rosh Pari, a first fruit, that you will receive into your Alam habitation. Seal us with the Ruach HaKadosh, granting us the Binah, the Da'ath, and the Kagmah. As we prepare to move further, we palau that you take full control, that you get the Kabul, the glory, the Kabah, the honor, the Tahalim, the praise. In the Shem of Yahushua, HaMashiach, Let us all say, got to do something different. If we're gonna make it in, think about it. How long we've had to be us? You hit it dead on the head all our lives. That's why change gotta happen. Can't continue to be ourselves any longer. That's what I consider. A lot of times, you know, just like we learned in the 5th chapter of the book of Uyakra, he told me, he said, when you come to know of it, whether you hadn't known it, he says kata. So a lot of things we've done that he kept from us. Well, let me say, and it's been because of our own will, and hadn't even known we had her locked in disobedience. You know, you'll see it, you'll think, let me see, I ain't been committing adultery, I ain't smoking and drinking, I ain't like telling no lies that hurt nobody, and realize you deceived. You deceived. And that's where we've been in a state of denial. And I appreciate Yahuwah for getting us to the point to realize it and consider our latter end. The word has definitely changed, the direction has changed, not of me, but it's been purpose that we all can get opportunity to really look at where we are and look at where we need to be. And you need to be able to see that mirror. That's what the word is for. It gives us that opportunity to be able to see ourselves and see just how far you are and see where you need to be so then you can make preparation. And that's what we've been trying to do. We've been doing it, so we thought. But it's just like he told us, I don't know how many times I stated, he said, turn and take your journey, for you've been in this way too long. In your mind, of course, you always feel like you're doing it. And that's the part that's scary. He can allow you to believe and to think something and it be the complete opposite. And I appreciate him for just bringing that to mind, to consider that, to look at that and then consider your latter end. That's something I think on I tell y'all that a lot of times I might try to say, consider your latter end. He told you better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Sometimes we consider the beginning and we faint or we feel like that's the end. Consider your latter end. Even he told you about when it came down to the ones that watch over you. He told you about remember them that have spoken to you, the Debar Elohim, who Amanah follow, considering the end of their conversation. And that's sometimes what you have to look at. The word comes to, like I said, it's better to make the adjustments on this side than to get on the other side and find out you were wrong. That's the only place you can't fix it. Right here, the only place we can fix it. There's nothing you can fix when you die, nothing. You know, I just believe in my heart that, you know, you can do that, but I assure you you're not gonna be saved. There's no way you're gonna be saved. It's so many, I don't know. You can look at this and feel like you have a mastery of it, and it's just so many different, I don't know if we can say maybe dimensions, because once you'll be at a certain place, but you almost transition over to another place to let you see the place where you at really wasn't, and now you're seeing where you can just see what people thought and what they think. You're saying, you really have no idea. You really have no idea what you're doing. You really don't know what you're doing. You really don't consider how in-depth, how strategic this man is. Y'all probably don't either. There's a lot of stuff. It's more what you're thinking. But, you know, it's just people don't know. And if there's a reason, though, why. Think about it. Why wouldn't they? Right. A lot of people, again, I shoot Canada. What's going to be the question we need to know now? So if you got it, what's your intent? What's your intent when you got it? What you plan on doing? Yeah. That's why he don't even waste his time with a lot of us. I'm being honest. What's your intent? Everybody, me. What's your intent? Come on. Somebody give it to me and say, well, I get it. I'm going to misuse it. Where you at? But you are. It's because you're not honest. If you don't use it the way, let me start people thinking, no, I ain't going to misuse it. I ain't going to go out here and try to be no false prophet. I ain't going to go out here and try to manipulate nobody. That's what your mouth's saying, but your behavior will show something different. I'm just telling you, even with Simon, did we know about Simon's heart, his Lord wasn't right? No. He offered Cuff money. Did he tell him, he said, man, let me buy that man, because I ain't right. No, he told him, he said, your Lord not right. He said, you thought this could be purchased with money. He told that man, you not right in the sight, in the own of Elohim. He said, you need to allow that Elohim will forgive you for this Roshan. That thing hit that man. That man said, man, no, I won't. He said, my heart, unlike us. He said, my heart not right. He said, you allow for me. Now, you know what that tell me about him? If there was the intent, we know he said he practiced sorcery. Well, let me ask you a question. According to what we learn now, well, let's see how that work. Let's see how that work. How about that? Let's work this right quick. Let's see how that work. Hey, which way we go there? Isn't that right? Let's put some shoes on and walk it. Isn't that right? It's Romans 15:4. All right, listen.
For whatever Nikata before.
Now, young people, y'all got that. I know y'all hear it all the time, but you do good if you understood it. Don't forget now. For whatever was written before.
Nikatab, Talamadus.
That's what it was written for, the teachers, to show us and to instruct us. For what reason?
So that through endurance.
So in going through without quitting.
And through the Nakum of the Ketubim.
Or the writings.
We might have Tikva.
That's going to be it. And all that's depending now on how you use what was written before. How you take it. You know how many times religion told us, well, you know, it's of no value to us. All that's been done away with, and these people have no idea what they're doing. People have no idea what they've done. I'm just telling you, he told me before, he said they're making one thing small and made another thing great. Isn't that right? You know, see, listen, you devalue some things, you make something greater. And it's dangerous because you're dealing with something that you got to have an understanding. Even with me, let me tell you, I try to be careful because what you have to do, when you're dealing with the Torah, you got to make sure that you don't go back and reaffirm something that's already transitioned over. But you need to go back and you need to learn it so you can see how it transitioned to the next level. What some people have done is they've gone through and said, well, we don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. That's what they typically do. That's their fight. We don't do that anymore. But why? Because he died. And a lot of times they had understood how things have transformed and how things transition and how things happen. And for us, we're trying to make sure that we get a completeness. You got to remember, we all got to come up and meet with some people that walk through this book. Now, you got to meet these, and you think you're just going to get here and this is just going to be it. There has to be some labor. So we're going back to look at this and to understand. Now, what we're doing, we don't have the time they had to put into it and it sit as long as they sat into it. So we got to do as he told him in the 11th chapter of the book of Yeshua, we got to be able to quick understanding. Now, he told when he said he got to be able to quick understanding. We shall spend a lot of time with them people, teaching them. Took a long time with those people. He said, watch this boy, he's going to be able to quick understanding. That's what he told you. He said, watch him. The Ruach he's going to be able to quick understand. Y'all got to pick this up quick, you ain't going to make it. It's almost like street hustling. You don't pick it up, you ain't going to make it. I'm telling you what you do. Like, you'll find guys, they be on the street, you start out like just selling dimes, you know what I'm saying, pushing them. They pop up, they'll show their hand, they'll show too much. Some people don't watch it, they'll snatch it. You show them too many. Everything I do got to be quick. I can't give you the opportunity to choose, I got to give it to you. The time you playing here, looking, trying to figure out which one, first of all, if the police out here, I got to worry about other people trying to jack me. And I got to worry about whether you're a snatcher. And I put out a bag full of dime, what you want? So I tell you, you can't allow, and this is what happened with us. We done had too long to sit around and pick what we want to do. You can't give people that much time. We got to move quicker. Got to tell you, this is what you got. That's why he told them they can't. He said, whatever judgment they give you, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
That's what you go with. What judgment they give you, take that. Because you give people, it take them too long. Why? Listen, later on we found out with all Yahoo, what he want to know. How long? He want to know how long. Because you know, you had to, when you got all these choices, you can do that. How long you going to hop between two? So a lot of times you got to start, when they came up, they were looking when they all had Baal and they had Yahuwah. He's like, it's how long? They kept trying to say, well, who is who? He said, how long? When he showed himself, let him be Elohim. Elohim done showed us that, how long are we going to keep hopping between two opinions? And we start to procrastinate too long. At the end of the day, this whole thing has to work out to our salvation. So it's really imperative that we're going through here and we look at it, we really kind of considering what we're doing. I mean, it's really a pressing way, pressing more than what we've thought about and how we've seen things. And now we're trying to come back and we're trying to assess again and see exactly how we got to these points and what happened, what did we miss? Because you kind of figure, when he came into contact with people, these people received the Ruach HaKodesh, or people received a deliverance. People received a deliverance upon him, upon meeting him, upon conversations with him. A lot of things happen for these people quickly. And so what we've done when we were Christians, and people, let's go with this, everybody's still Christian. You're still a Christian to the fact of the way we kind of believe things. We don't put a whole lot of value back on his previous writings. The antics of Christianity puts more credence on what he said now. Well, I'm looking at the day, and I'm looking at the day. How did you get to the day? Because when he started in Barashit, he started counting days. When they got to the rest, how did they get to the rest? They walked straight to the rest. No, he said that they came from darkness. How I got to the seventh, how I got to Shabbat? He started counting from the first. He's not came first. It was darkness. Representing, it was sin when I came. And I find out it was sin. Wasn't nothing operating. And I set the operation up, and it went through all of these things, all of these different sets, all these different occurrences, till it got to a point that I said, now it can rest. Look at it, come under me, all that burden and heavy laden. These people jump straight to the finish line. Look at what these people, look what happened. This man called us a lot of things that happened before he got to the point of saying, this is the rest. This is the rest. But it all came through what? Everything complied and followed. You did one thing, and you ain't even done that correctly, and here you was already saved. Ready to go there, don't make sense. It was so much working to get to that point. You got what I'm saying? And now we're trying to go back and trying to really encompass that understanding, and I want that connection. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, I'm being honest, we devalue those people a lot. When you hadn't paid attention, there's a lot of things they've done that you really kind of follow the same patterns of, that you need to know, that you didn't pay attention to. You really didn't. I know you didn't. You know how I know you didn't? Because you couldn't know that he ain't taught it to you. There's a lot of stuff you didn't know that you got to do that they did, that people ran with, and the people who ran with and say they did it, they don't know what they done, and they can't tell you how they did it. I don't know how now. I just know it happened. I know it. That's the problem. That's the problem. These are what you call these freak occurrences. He has no freak occurrence. Everything occurred the way he told them. What that mean when they say surely he does nothing except he reveal it? What that mean? What the world that he done something, I ain't know nothing about it. You know what I just told you? I'm not one of his. Because he said he don't do nothing except he reveal it to him. See, so now I need to be in a relationship. I need to be relationship minded. Y'all got what I'm saying? And these are things we miss. Because if that's the case, then I need to make sure I create this relationship. I'm not fabricated. I didn't make sure it's predicated on something. So I can make sure it's founded. You need to be assured of it. So a lot of stuff you're not sure about, and that's something we got to do. You need to be assured of it. There's patterns. You know what I'm saying? At the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Yeah, a lot of time you'll watch, he'll tell Musha something and repeat that he did it. You'll say, well, you said, because you miss a pattern. You wait to hear somebody else say it. Right. You know what I'm saying? When he told Rehoboam, when the young man told him what the counsel was, and it went back up and they let you know, he said, really? He just said, I was good. I could just went on here and just say he told him. Said, no, you need to know he repeated what he said because he need to let you know that the thing was confirmed. Because Yahuwah said it was from me, remember? Yes, sir. So that's why you need to know that. But see, you know what happened with us sometimes? I mean, I ain't worried about that because I believed it anyway. And guess what happened? That's a violation because you shouldn't have believed it. Because see, you broke protocol. Yeah. He ain't got to do nothing for me. He ain't got to show me nothing. I believe it. So let me get this straight. So he started in Barashit. Before he put you in, he made sure there were ox here. You needed some things that signified things. And now you come along and you don't need nothing to signify nothing. He said, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Because I set these up for a reason. Because I needed you to believe a certain type of way. It's structured. But because we'll get to going, we'll get comfortable, I don't want to believe nothing about what I'm trying to go back and do. and I believe it's of Yahuwah, is to make sure what it is I believe, Aman, is because it is written. Y'all got it? It's really crucial that we make sure of that, because this is the thing. I got such a relationship with him. I just learned to just believe anyway. You shouldn't.
Right.
Because you're breaking protocol, and because of that, you'll also break away. Because it makes whatever he gave you, it's important that it stays that way. You got what I'm saying? Don't break to say, well, you know what I'm saying, to save time. I know, you're not saving him no time. He already know about time. You know what I'm saying? He's the measurer of time. You know, he controls time, whether it go forward or go backwards or stand still. So you're not helping him with no time. Y'all got what I'm saying? That's the problem. We keep thinking we're assisting him when you're not assisting, you're actually hurting. So, having said all that, that's where I'm at. Y'all need to know where I'm at and why I've taken, let's say, I don't say why I've taken the route or the approach. I say why it's been laid upon me, pressed upon me to kind of take the directions of looking at, clean up stuff, just getting rid of stuff, moving stuff out the way, getting rid of stuff, making sure we understand things, making sure we look at things and realize, don't get too settled in something, because now everything is being tested and tried. Like even with preachers, politicians, and I never seen a day or time where so many people went on prosecution. Listen, it's bad. They just exposed a sex ring yesterday, day before yesterday. Politicians and high-ranking military people caught in it. $600 an hour. Oh, this. All them fighting to keep their name. They just exposed it. These guys paying like $3,600, $600 an hour, and they all fighting to keep their names out because they finna go public on them. See, just when you think it's one thing, but guess what? Everybody work got to be tried. He told you that. He said every man work gonna be tried by fire.
Right.
He said that's the only way we're gonna see what sort it's of. My work got to be tried too. Your work got to be tried. Listen, he not exempt. Ain't nobody exempt. But we've gotten comfortable and we felt like the Yom ain't approaching when the hour's near.
Yeah, yes, sir.
The hour's near. It's nearer than when you first believed. Right. And now we got to really set back and we got to start to consider how we've looked at things, how we've took things. And we took a lot of things for granted. I say for myself, and I know we did because the leader has the imprint press upon the people and you kind of follow. And it's things that I did not consider to that end. And I think with those days he had me to sit down, I couldn't move, I couldn't do nothing. It did a lot for me. It did a lot for me, and I appreciate it. You know, sometimes this is what happens with some people. You'll go through something, it ain't a benefit to you. It's just like he said, all things work together. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't even wipe myself. I couldn't do nothing. That really put me in, but you know what? You have to see yourself out of, but I didn't give up on him. I didn't give up on him. I knew it was a reason. I said, I know it's a reason. I just don't know why at the time. It's a reason why you got me like that. He let me know, you got to set this in order. It's that quick I move and let you sit here and you have no ability of your own. You know, it just show how quick, how easy stuff you take for granted. It's like you taking a lot for granted. You taking a lot for granted. Listen, you did a lot of depending on yourself. I think you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. It's Yahuwah will. It's Yahuwah will to make sure we get this thing right. If I had to remove any of y'all, listen, make no mistake, any one of y'all, it made me no different. Listen, I will sleep the same. I will continue to keep moving. At the end of the day, we all have to make choices. This is your salvation. I'm only here for one reason, that to make sure we get that right. We, include me, to get that right. I will not let you and whatever your hangers are keep us from getting there. Don't put them people up on that camera for a second, please. Y'all understand me? Can y'all hear me up there? This is a self-journey. And make sure everybody we got it now. It's a self-journey. Everybody got to make up their mind what they're going to do at the end of the day. This our soul. And you should want somebody to care about you as much as you do. Because this is what, let's be honest, even as a sinner, committing contrary, I never wanted to die and burn and go to Sheol. People don't want to do that. It's just sometimes you can get so embarked, just kind of interlocked with so many different things. Before you know it, you just find yourself, I mean, it don't seem practical. It don't seem like it's something that you're capable of doing. And life has a way of putting you out. So sometimes the further you get, the more you'll get to put the will, just put it out of your mind. At that point, I'm just trying to stay focused. I'm just trying to make sure I do. I'm just trying to still do right, though, even ain't doing what he said. You know how retarded that may sound? Only right it is his right. He's the only person that declare right. That's just being honest. But you know what we say? I might not be going, I might not be doing, but I try to do right. You can't try to do right. You can only do right. There is no such thing as trying to do right. You either doing it. If I'm trying to do right, what am I doing? See, how many people say that? How many people say, I'm doing, because they don't want to say that. They say, no, I mean, yeah, but I'm trying. You're not trying, you're doing wrong. And see, in your conversation, you don't realize you said something that you didn't realize you said because you're not practical. You're not being logical, realizing you're not trying to do right, you're doing wrong. I try to be good, so what am I? That's the only way I can be trying to be good, is that I'm bad. And you know what, how many of y'all hearing this thinking now, that makes sense. But think about it, did we ever put that in our minds like that? No, because if I'm trying to do good or I'm trying to stop, then I'm doing something. I'm still going. I'm trying to stop. That means I'm still going. See, all of these are things that we say, but it appeases the hearer and appeases us to say, I'm not really that bad. See, all this, you start marginalizing and you maximize other people's stuff. You see a man arrested for kidnapping 3 kids, raping them. That bastard need to die. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Why? Because of what he did is wrong. He said, what you doing is wrong. I mean, but I ain't like I'm out here kidnapping no kids and killing no kids. He said, I don't know how you figure that. In my own you are. Because I grade all y'all the same. He's just amazing how you see these people as these bad, terrible people and don't see yourself. And that's what we're trying to come back to correct. That when we're putting out this condemnation, that we're being fair enough to look at first, let's make sure where we are. They make the proper correction measurement for ourselves. What we want for ourselves, we should want for other people. I'm gonna tell you something hard for me to do. Forgive your enemy. Pray to forgive your enemy. I said it, but it wasn't practical at the first. It wasn't practical. It wasn't practical. I'm just being honest. Y'all want the truth or you want to lie? It wasn't practical. You can say it though. He let me know you can recite words, but that's not really what you meant. You said it because you know that's what I wanted to hear you say. And that's exactly what I did. I said, well, I'll say it, then it'll start to work into getting. It didn't. You have to really adjust yourself to realize, first of all, how do you view me? When I say how do you view me, I had to look at how does he view me? And I had to learn from him, I view you as an enemy. I view you as the worst person. That's how I view you. Now, what do you think should happen? What should happen to you? I feel like you ought to forgive me. How do you view the people that you say your enemies? I view them as terrible people, worst people, and I think that they should die. He said, then that's the same thing should happen to you. Although you saying save you, although you saying forgive you, that's not the way you feel about them. So I wasn't being practical. See, don't lie to yourself. It'll only hurt you later. It'll hurt because it's gonna come up. Listen, the same measurement that you measure out for other people, he said, that's what you're gonna get now. It's easy to see other people that do things against you as these type of people, but you can't see yourself. So I had to see myself in order to be practical when I say, forgive them. And you know, sometimes, and this is my thinking. Well, this was my thinking. Do y'all know what I thought? Yes. Well, maybe if you do that, maybe then they'll move on and leave you alone. They still bothered. And you know what you still got to do? Still got to forgive them. Because you're seeking something for yourself. And in order for me, when I plow to get to a more honest state, honest in when I'm asking for something, I'm asking genuinely, earnest, with the most serious state of mind, was to see my situation, was for me to see me and look at how impractical it was to desire something of him that I couldn't do for somebody else. It's not practical. It's not practical for you to ask for salvation, deliverance from, and you can't see somebody else getting it that does something to you when you were the offender to him and he forgave you. How y'all understand that? You can say it and let the words loose from your mouth, but it gotta come from him. There's a conversation that'll come from him. There's one that come from him. Y'all got, there's one that's gotta come from him. Not above. He don't want above now. Above is when you're dealing with people to get past your feelings and your ideology. When it comes to forgiving people, that needs to come from the heart. See, they'll try to trick that. Well, I mean, I forgive you above my, I didn't know. No, you can see, that's when you're not understanding. Now we're dealing with natural. Heard a man said natural. Now we deal with the natural. Now when you forgive, it's gotta come from here. It's gotta come from the literal heart, the literal interbeing workings of self, forgiveness. That's something it's hard for us to do. Y'all got it? I'm on this pathway to salvation is a lot more deeper than what we perceived. And now we're trying to come back and become more comprehensive about it and look at it. It's a lot of details that that you'll miss and you'll get. And I guess what I come to realize is how much I play a part, how much you play a part on how much information that you'll get and what you'll say. Because he can only give you so much based upon where you at. Based on where you at, based on how well you perform, based off of how responsible you are, how consistent you are, it's gonna play the part of what he's gonna give you. Look at Musha. When he brought them out, you know we learned about Musha? So he was the meekest man in the whole along. You know where we learned that from? Yahushua. He saw that man. This man used to be one of the second highest rulers in Mizraim. This man sat and broke himself down from that position. Unlike us, you know what I'm saying? One day, Boston, the Lord came in my life. I was lifted up. I was up high. I had everything. And then God knocked me down like he did Paul off my horse. I don't know where they got it, said beast, but anyway. Shout out the name. I'm just, using the antics. With him, nobody knocked him down. The book told us that he looked on the affliction. Nobody knocked him from nowhere. He made a self-choice. He looked at that's humility. The fact that man would listen, nobody took, he could tell you just like Yahushua said about nobody. Who took Yahushua's life? And you ain't gonna believe it. Musha, ain't nobody took my position. I laid it down. And he laid it down and he got to pick it back up too. See, a lot of us got the story of something happened. Something knocked me down. I was on my sick bed one day. I was about to die. The doctor said I had about an hour, about 2 hours a week, and God started. You see, and I mean, that's fine. Please don't think I'm saying that there are not people that don't have real life situations that that agitate them to a point to become more aggressive towards seeking. But then here's a man that just looked out and just saw the affliction. Here's a man that walked out on his own. Here's a man that went and put himself in between some guys. He sat here and watched a man being smoked, almost about to be killed. And he looked in his head. Nobody gonna do nothing. You know them two guys up on the tube? Those guys never did nothing for you. They were over you too. And he looked one way and he looked the other way. And he saw nobody did nothing. He ain't gonna believe it. That's what he did. He did it himself. So I would like to be able and willing to humbly do it without having to be stricken. How I would get it, if it worked in my salvation, I'd take it. But I'm just telling you, consider a man like that. A man that took it upon himself. Not nobody come on, man, you gonna keep sitting, man, come on, man, go on, do it. He said, nobody do that to me. He said, he looked down and saw the affliction of the people. He took it upon himself. You ain't gonna believe it. And for that cause, he wasn't ashamed to call us our king. That's what you found about Yahushua, but you didn't believe it. Mushah did it first. He wasn't ashamed to call you our king. He associated himself. See, when you hear that about Yahushua, you really don't know what you're doing unless you actually understand Mushah. You had to understand a man who willingly did it. When Yahushua told you I willingly gave up what I got, you should consider that he said, nobody made me do this. He said, I did this of myself. It was in my power to do what I wanted to do. And I chose to give it up to come down here with you. So now that makes me look at a man and say, what manner of man is this? How many people would do it? I think the 5th chapter of the book of Romans, it talked about scarcely for a righteous man but one die, pre-adventure for a good man. But while we were, let me say, saved, filled with sinners, Katain, what did he do? He moved. When they was in captivity, it was equivalent to being in sin. That's what sin is, captivity. Not being able to perform your own will. You're a sinner. Let me tell you something. I'll help y'all out for a second. If there's a behavior that you manifest that contrary the word to the bar, and you told not to do it, you are a sinner. Okay? You ain't got to go tell no lie. You ain't got to go drink no liquor. You ain't got to go lust at no vagina, no breast, no penis. All you have to be done is told to do something, instructed in something, and don't do it. You, ma'am, you, sir, are a sinner. Because you don't have the will. You don't have the power to overcome. See, that's what Yahushua did. He saw that you were oppressed. He saw that you was oppressed. You can't break the will. That's the purpose of why he sets now. He has the overpower. He's overtaken. So you will be able to obtain something that you didn't have the power to do. Right. You remember how, to give you an example, you remember how the people, how they fought their way out of Mizraim? So what happened? Is that a different version? So how did they get out? And why you think he brought them out? Because you were without strength. you without strength. How exactly was you going to do it? Exactly. So they understood what it was like to be up on a test map, be without control. That's why it's so important. He told you in your patient, see, trying to get you back into a position. But then you have to understand the principal things of how the whole thing is set up and how important it is for you to recognize what's done and not just say. Ain't even been back there. He says, I'm just curious, how did you get that? How they do the math, how they do math sometimes? Explain your answer. I just got the answer. He said, no, I need you to explain to me, how did you get it? Right. This is a problem. This is a problem. And guess what? It's a problem with you trying to explain to me and get past him and get him to understand. How exactly did you get it? Ah, there we go. So let's see how that worked out. Let's look at something. How about that? Oh. I'll make sure this thing we're gonna write. So let me see that. Maybe we'll work a different way. Let's see something. Let's look at the book of Matthew. 12. Let's see 30. Let's see where they go. How about that? Y'all know y'all know how to work with me now. It'll be hard for me to remember stuff sometimes. Listen.
Everyone who is not for me is against me.
That's what he told her. Everybody, he said, that's not against him is, you know what Will Peter say? Everybody who with me is with me. That's pretty much Will said. He just told that way. He said, everyone
who is not for me
is
against me.
That's something now. Listen what happened.
And whoever does not gather with me
and whoever don't gather with me
scatters.
He said, that's what you're doing. Well, he doing his thing and I'm doing my thing. He said, then you against me.
Right.
Because you're not gathering with me. See, he put it to where people go, why? It was easy to pay attention to these people to try to see. Y'all got it? See, for them, how things work for them, even just thinking of that, in the book of Ruth, you have to go and get it. When it come down to Naomi and what's her mother-in-law name? Ruth, well, Naomi was the mother-in-law, Ruth. If you remember, they went and they started to gather. And they started to gather, she gathered with them to the side. They started to cast her son when she was gathering. He had them to just leave her son that she could gather with them. So these people had a principle of understanding. Although she was of another Gui, she gathered with them. When they went in the field together, so did she. She gathered with them. And they understood that, how they gathered. They looked, if you ain't gathering with me, then you actually scattering. Because you're not helping, you're allowing things to get outside of what the measurements are already, what the standards already been set for us to do. Okay? Let's see.
Therefore, I say to you,
what you say?
Every kata or blasphemy shall be forgiven to Anashim.
You hear that? Every form of blasphemy. What can we look at what blasphemy? Y'all know what blasphemy is, right? Don't we? Let's see what blasphemy is. It's the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about Elohim or sacred things, profane talk. When he told you about you're not supposed to revile the ruler of your people, that's a form of blasphemy. It's the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about Elohim or sacred things, profane talk. These are things we try to look at, we try to consider. There's a lot of things we've done over the course of time, over years, we hadn't really measured out and looked at the effect of it and how he's actually measured it, because you don't even know a lot of times you've done it. Hello? Now look up sacrilegiously, sacrilegious. Oh, involving or committing sacrilege. Let's look at sacrilege, yeah. Violation or misuse of what is regarded as sacred. So a lot of time people looked at that and they put a lot of, like they talked against the mashkan, or people would talk against the altar, or different things like that. And then Yahushua had to come back and let us start knowing what made things to be that we hold or we held to be precious, or something that we looked at holding to be in value. They put a lot against the altar, but then he come back to let them know which was greater. Was it the altar or what was offered on the altar? A lot of times they didn't pay attention. They thought that just the altar itself carried so much weight and value. He said, but what we offered on the altar is what he received. See, the altar was just the place. Even when the Isha Elohim came out, he cried out against them about the altar. He let them know that Elohim was going to put them on that altar. And he was going to sacrifice them right there on that altar. He was going to burn their bones right there. Because it was what was offered on the altar, what was we really set the value. The altar was just a place that we set aside to where we came and we did, just like the building. People look at, there's a certain reverence we get to the building, but all this correlates over to the type of behavior we should have inside ourselves. There should be a discipline with us in our behavior. But you had to first learn how to value the building. Y'all got to, how you value the things that he sat down and he regulated those things, how they should be done and how things should be kept and the order and the fashion of them. Then we came back to learn, he says you. He let you learn that and let you know how to regard that, and he came and he struck you down and he killed you, he punished you when you didn't keep it, to get you to understand the value of, let me say, pick me up at 1 Corinthians right quick, 3:17. Let's say 3 and 14. Let me see what it say. 1 Corinthians 3 and 14. Let's see what I want. All right, listen.
If his work is burned up, he shall suffer loss.
Oh, what verse that is?
15.
Okay. All right, make it 14.
Yes, sir.
All right, listen. 1 Corinthians 3, 14. Listen.
If any each work which he has built on it remains, he shall receive a reward.
You see that? That's what we're trying to do. He said, if a man work, if it remain, he said he'll receive a reward. What happened?
If his work is burned up,
if his work is burned up,
he shall suffer loss.
See that? He gonna suffer loss. But listen what happened.
But he himself shall be saved.
Look at Ehud. They burned out his house. And you see how he went to Sheol? He was still saved.
That's right.
See, because they're gonna faint, they're gonna mess up. See, he had to write it like that because so many people, they don't catch on. See, it's used to determine things as well. And it's also it also allows you to realize there are happenings that happen so Yahuwah can try to show them how he works. Because a lot of times people think they got him pegged down. That's how they lose him. Think about it. If your stuff burned out, it couldn't have burned out only because you had to be Roshan, right? That's what EU friends tried to tell him. But we found out that later on that EU was perfect and upright. And he received double. But what you do? Soon as something happens, what you do? Faint. And you don't even realize, I'm just trying your work. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, guess how it's going to work itself out? All things. But you don't let it happen like that. Because you don't understand the workers of Elohim, so the first thing you do is you faint. What else you do? Hello? Yes, sir. Come on. Just like when you seen with Pharaoh, what took Pharaoh out? The young. Exactly right. What we'll call that? How'd it overtake him? How did it overtake him? Drowning. What we'll call it drowning. How it came in over him? Like a flood. What your book said that when the enemy come in like a flood, he said the standard of Yahuwah gonna be lifted up against you. So as soon as you see the flood, you drown for you, and you go ahead and kill yourself before you can see Yahuwah's standard get lifted. See? That's why I'm saying you'll hear something, that's why you gotta be taught. Because every time you see, you don't know what you do, you faint. You run another different direction. You try something else. Thinking you think you're getting out of something. Let the will of Yahuwah be done. It'll work out for you. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's gonna work itself out. I guarantee, just do what you're supposed to do. That's why he told him to go in the vineyard and work. And what he told him? Make sure you keep up. Just make sure you keep up. Don't forget to tell me what you did. He said, what's right, I'm gonna pay it. He said, man, I want he's saying this. I did, and also I did this. And I want him to, listen, what's right? He said, I'm gonna pay it. Why you keep wanting to know? He knows. I told you to do the work. Why would I not know what I gotta pay you? People have no idea because we don't trust him. These are things I'm telling you, these are things I found about myself. We trust him to a degree, but never fully. Because you always got to leave that room to where if something else don't happen, I got to be ready to do something else. We still got hustle mode on. You got to have more than one thing. Having more than one thing going is good out here. Having more than one thing going over Yahuwah is dangerous. Because that doesn't go with singleness of mind, singleness of, see, that's when we mess up. I'm gonna tell you where our fault come in at. Look at the, what they call the virtuous woman, Kail. When you look at her, now she made stuff, she sold as well, and she sold stuff to the merchants. And she bought a field to plant. So now she was versatile. Would we not agree? But when it come down to serving Yahuwah, you gotta be singleness. You can't hear Yahuwah thing and do your own thing. This is stuff y'all mess up. Stand still and see. You know what I'm saying? Be more ready to hear than to get a sacrifice. But these are things you see, these are violated because this is what caused, and this is sin. I'm trying to help y'all to know what sin is. You're great in saying I ain't keeping Shabbat. Your Shabbat is void. It's not even valid. See, once you commit Qatar, you ain't even kept it. It's because let me get it straight. The keeping of Shabbat is rest. That's not doing your own thing. So if you're being taught that you're doing your own thing at the same time, how you keeping Shabbat? I made this for you. See, you violated and you don't even realize it because in your mind, I ain't like I went to work. Like he said, you are doing it because you're working the work I ain't gave you. I try to help you out. It's so many violations, man. Listen, he would have go about violating. In our own eye, this is the problem with all of us. That screen in him, all of us too. In our mind, we graded ourselves. That's been the fault. We grade ourselves. Cause ain't like I'm working. Ain't like I'm out on a track or something, driving a load. Ain't like I'm down at the car lot selling cars. Ain't like I'm building a house. He said, I know. That's what you said. He said, but you're doing your own thing. So you done already violated it. See, this is what we got. These are things we have to learn about ourselves. Because who been grading us?
We have been grading ourselves.
We've been grading ourselves. That's how we get off. Anybody here that's gotten off, you gotten off because you graded yourself. You didn't ask about it. You went off, you did your own thing, and then you come back and try, and you are marginalized when you asked it. It ain't to the full capacity what you've done, but I know it's deeper than what you said. But at the same time, we just gotta look like I gotta look stupid, and you look stupid. Now my stupid is the face he gave me. Your stupid is your actions. Don't we look stupid? So we need to get it together. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's why we're trying to really look at how to get this thing together to be better. That's the whole purpose of why we're here, to get better. Okay? Let's finish this up. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, what verse we're at?
15.
15. Let's see what happens.
If his work is burned up,
he going to Sheol.
He shall suffer loss.
He gonna suffer loss.
But he himself shall be saved.
So that tell me right now when something happens, just say I lose something. That mean I'm going to Sheol? That mean it is. Come on, I gotta be going to Sheol. I can't be right. Why you think that? Why would this read? Who know? Thank y'all for our learning. You see that? Because what do we typically do if something going wrong? We can't. Thank you, sir. That's what it's thinking. That's why he put this here. Now, properly using it, let me know I can have something go wrong. That don't mean I'm going to Sheol. That don't mean he against me. It's because I need you to understand. Listen, another man who don't know is going. Another man who not keeping, he's going. But I set this up because guess what? I have you for a purpose. Just like EU was for a purpose. We have to get out of this. We tend to feel like our life is our own. That's why I try to remind myself, let him know, I'm borrowing. I appreciate what you let me borrow. Borrow keeps you in the mind of, somebody get to say, I'm letting you borrow this. Right. So he don't get to hear, me and my pen. So you're emphasizing borrow, which means I can come back and get this when I need it. When I want this, I can come back and get it. You're only borrowing this. That's all, just borrowing. But for you to think it's yours, it's a misconception on your end, because I never told it was yours. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. So that makes a difference on how we handle and use things. And consider your life is not your own. So I let you borrow it. And I let you borrow it because it's being used for a purpose. It's being used to show something, to demonstrate something. But a lot of times we get kind of side and forget, and we get the ownership, and we kind of get lax, and before you know it, you kind of get off the path. That's the goal of what we're trying to do now, trying to come back and, like I said, realign ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll see a car, you'll be surprised, you'll get a new car, that wheel's just like this here. Over time you get it going, that steering wheel like this, that steering wheel like this, that thing like that, but it still drives straight. You need to get a line. Alignment. Yeah, I seen folk that line up and they get through. They said, they said, that straight's gonna get it, buddy. We got a computer right now. I'm just saying that them little jackyard places, they jack steel wheel. I said, they said, the wheel might not be straight, but I'm telling you it's straight. You take one of them real places, one of them Firestone one time, and we'll be just like this here, like factory. You said, them folks sit here and told me, and that's what you got now. Folks have told you and told you like that and told you straight. You're not straight. Straight, it'd be like this.
That's right.
It'd be balanced. It'd be
That's
even.
right.
But how many of y'all had one of them jackyard back up, jackyard front end line up, and the wheel been like that? They say, it's straight. Because listen, they believe it, you believe it, and you're comfortable with it. When you know when it first made, they made it like this. GM, Ford, and Chrysler ain't let it left there like that. They ain't let that car left there with no steering wheel like that. They know that's not how it's made. It's made like this. Right. But over time, you miss it. You know what get like this? Them bumps, stuff. You say, oh shoot, and you say, well, I ain't hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? You might have hit that curb, but I ain't damaged nothing, and you don't realize you got off. Them bumps, you got off. That wheel didn't just get like this now one day. That wheel, that's every time you've been doing something, and guess what happened? This your life. This your life, and you know what I'm saying? It don't bother me. And that's a problem. It's some people that how many of y'all were good with that steering wheel like that once they told you? Nobody been good? Because what happened? That's your life. That's your life. All of it, that's your life. So you don't realize every time you've been making mistakes, every time you've been doing things, you've been getting off a little bit more and more. So now you come back and say, let's realign this. He said, cause precept got to be upon, what was it again?
Precept.
And line got to be what upon?
Line.
You ain't gonna believe it. We're gonna have to go here a little and there a little.
Right.
That's what, so we can get it back aligned. Sometimes they ain't gonna just let one thing go. It's a lot of stuff they might take loose on the, whatever it take to get it lined up. Sometimes you might have to modify, you might have to change some things. But this is the problem we have in our minds and the way we see things in our perception. We feel like it don't take all that. We feel like we pretty good. Because basically, you pretty much measure yourself off other people, other religion. And I don't. I don't use no Hebrew Israelite camps, no Israelite camps, no Abari, no Jewish camps. I use none of these people. I assure y'all, I use none of these people for no measuring stick. Absolutely none of them. Absolutely none. That's not an insult to them at the same time. I just don't use them as a measuring stick because that's going to be contrary to what I've been taught. He said, we don't judge ourselves by ourselves. In so doing, he said, that's not why. I got a ruler right here. I don't know why you be allowing yourself to nobody else. You know, there's some other camps do that, and I'm going to run you off as soon as I hear you say it.
That's right.
Because I ain't going to measure myself by them. There's a lot of things you got to have when you start moving into things. You need to have understanding. Otherwise, you're going to have some preconceived notions. You'll have some misconceptions, and before you know it, your wheel like this. But it's still straight though. Then you going straight like you doing like going straight. Like they said, Dave was driving, we had that meeting. They said, preacher, they said, where Dave turning? I said, Dave been turning the whole meeting. I said, turning? I look at the camera. Who that up? Was that Justin? Was that Austin? He said, man, that man been turning the whole time. I said, Dave, where you turning? Dave said, preacher, I'm going straight. They said, man, they said, straight. They said, they were wrestling like they were that wheel. They were spinning that wheel, they were wrestling and fighting like, he looked like your Cole would fight that Malachi. He ain't gonna let that wheel go to get straight. But no, they would call it being humorous about it. But a lot of times, I had calls like how many I had them where you had to do like this? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what? But you get what happened. You can become you said, hey, somebody drive your car. They said, man, you need to get you were like, what road? They like, man, that thing was all over the road. They like, think about it, because you know what? When somebody else get to see it, who's used to something going straight, they notice it. You don't notice it because you know what? You've been weaving so long. You've been assuming you've been going straight. And that's how we look at it now. These are all natural things we know, not spiritual. Think of how we've been doing them to come there. Because soon we get to something and we look at, and trying to show we still straight. You just got to do like this. You still be, I'm good. I mean, I can do it with one hand. And that's your justification. I can do it with one hand. You're like, but you're going straight. What is all this you're doing? And that's the problem, because you're not going straight. And now we're trying to come back. And just even with that, they got lines. And you know what? You inside the line to him. Basically, you inside the line, turn it, and still straight inside the line. We're trying to line this thing up the way he told us to do it. That makes sense? Let's finish this up right quick. It's got to be a purpose. Listen. Hold on for a minute. He himself need to turn that mic on. That man just ain't got no mic on like them folk can hear him. What happened?
But he himself shall be saved.
But he himself shall be saved.
But like a shadow from fire.
Like a shadow from fire. I don't know how that works, but go ahead.
Do you not know that you are a Mashakan of Elohim?
He said, did you know that? Well, he put Hakil, not Mashkan. He Hakil. They're both kind of fly over. I think the Mashkan is more into the sacred place. The Hakil is more like the temple. Because you got the most sacred inner workings of it, then you just got the building structure itself. So now he's talking about you being Hakil. This is you being what they would call a temple. What happened?
And that the Ruach of Elohim dwells within you.
You ain't gonna believe it. He said the Ruach of Elohim, it dwells in you. What happened?
And in each that destroys the Hakil of Elohim.
You ain't gonna believe that. A man that go and desecrate a man that go and commit blasphemy against this, you ain't gonna believe it. What'd he do?
The Elohim shall destroy him.
How you know how they understood that? When he came, he took down Jerusalem. Jerusalem was a sacred place. It was a sacred place. And they violated it. And you ain't gonna believe what Yahuwah did. He destroyed them. That's why he destroyed them. Now when y'all went and put it back, you ain't gonna believe how the building got tore up. Who know how? By fire. So what did they suffer? And some of the people made it out, you ain't gonna believe it, and they were saved. See, what you know, you have to know about the Torah. He destroyed it, and you know he let them know, because they violated. See, this is what you don't look at a violation the way it look at it. Y'all got it? Looking at a foul, looking at how things actually work. When he told you missed, you missed. So now we coming back to try to get a better understanding of these concepts, because we missed it. So he let them know the man do this. Let's go back to that 12th chapter right quick, the book of Matthew. 12, where we at, 31, 32? Y'all got to help me remember now. 12, 31, 32? Matthew 31? All right, listen.
Therefore I say to you, every kata or blasphemy shall be forgiven to Anashim.
You hear that? He said every one of them shall be forgiven, man. Mm-hmm.
But blasphemy against the Ruach shall not be forgiven to Anashim.
Y'all hear that? Blasphemy against the Ruach, he shall not be forgiven. What happened?
And whoever speaks a debar.
And is conjunction, correct? They kind of put it and. Listen.
And whoever speaks a debar of disgrace against the Ben of Adam.
You hear that? Whoever speaks one against the Ben of Adam. Listen.
It shall be forgiven to him.
He said that'll be forgiven him.
But whoever insults the Ruach HaKadosh.
That's another violation. He said, but whoever insults the Ruach HaKadosh, what happened?
It shall not be forgiven to him.
That's what he said. He said that one right there won't be forgiven him. That one won't be forgiven. Now those are things we have to look at, we have to try to consider. He said there are violations that he said I can forgive you for. It's violation. He said I can't forgive you for. Now I know what you're thinking. I ain't never talked against the Holy Ghost. I mean the Ruach, what they call it, the Spirit. And that's what we're probably looking at, right? I'm sure. Let's look at the 6th chapter, book of Abari. Abari, they call it Hebrew. The reason they call it Hebrew, because nobody else brewed it, he did it himself. Abarim or Abarim, 6 and 1. This don't write anymore. I'll make sure I get rid of it today. Made me lazy. Y'all need to slide down. You good. What y'all need to do? Oh no, I'm just. I put it right now. Yeah, appreciate it. Let's stick it right now. All right, listen.
Therefore, now having left the beginning of the Dabarim of the Mashiach.
Now having did what?
Left the beginning of the Dabarim of the Mashiach.
So left in the start. Come on.
Let us go on to perfection.
That's what he said. Where was you supposed to go when you started there now? Now having left the starting line, you should be going on to perfection. I don't know how you start out for perfection when he said you had to start at the beginning.
That's right.
So they left the beginning. That's how they got to. How did you get to perfection? You didn't even start at the beginning.
That's right.
I'm just curious how that worked. How that worked? Somebody know how that worked?
It don't.
Came straight on perfection. You had to get from the start to get to perfection. Go figure. Let's see what happened.
Let us go on to perfection and shall not return to lay a foundation of repentance from moot works.
He said that's what we're going to do. We're not going to come back and lay no foundation of repentance of what? Of dead works.
Yes, sir. And of amunah toward Elohim.
And amunah toward Elohim.
Of teaching of immersions and of laying on of hands.
And the laying on of hands.
And of the resurrection of the moot.
And the resurrection
of eternal mashkan.
And eternal mashkan.
Mashpat.
Judgment. I'm like eternal mashkan. Mashpat. Yeah, judgment. What happened?
And this we shall do.
Yeah.
If Elohim permits.
If he allows. Cuff. He allows. Go ahead.
For all that shone on them the A'ura and have tasted of the Barak of the Shamayim.
He called it A'ur, light. Because that's where your creativity started, with light. So look at the Ruach coming in and manifesting just like it come in as a manifestation. That's what we learned from light. It was a manifestation. It allowed. So that's what he's looking at now. Talking about it shining on him. Listen.
And have tasted of the Barak of the Shamayim.
And they have tasted the Barak of Shamayim.
And gave to them partakers of the Ruach HaKadosh.
And they became partakers of the Ruach HaKadosh.
And have tasted the tube, the bar of Elohim.
And they've tasted the tube, the bar of Elohim.
And the power.
Taste and see. And the power.
Of the age to come.
And the power of the age of the time to come.
And if they fall back.
That's what he said. And if they fall back.
they refrain from renewing them again to repentance.
He said he's not doing that again. Refrain, he's not doing that. He said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to refrain. I'm not going to do it. Y'all got it? He said, I'm not doing that again. That's what he said. Listen why.
As they come back to crucify for themselves the being of Elohim and put him for an example of shame.
So what we start to look at, what is one belief is that when a person intakes the Ruach HaKodesh, he works from that end, it's a violation for you to go against it. When you take it, there's an attitude, there's a behavior we have to demonstrate. And when a person puts himself out to shame it, he puts himself out of the way for Elohim to just look at, just disannul him, just cut him off from him. A lot of time when you look at, he cut a lot of people out, he let these people were partakers of. These people had come through. Okay, that's amazing. When those people came through, they came through a lot of things that came to be similar or been similitudes of what we have to do today and receive. He fed these people too. A lot of things these folk got to see. These people had our oil on them when they came out of Mizraim.
Yeah.
Our oil didn't shine on them.
Yes.
That's amazing. These people got to taste it. According to Elohim word, they got to do what you got to do. And you ain't gonna believe it. A lot of people fell away, they fell back. And you know what he didn't do? I'm not renewing them again. That's how you know it from the Torah. Let these people go ahead and tell you they're disannul it. I mean, Yahushua died, or Jesus died, so you can do whatever you want to do. But he let it, once these people done taste it, these people done seen it, he said, if they fall away, he said, I won't reframe them. Isn't that right? I'm keeping them away from them. I'm using reframe, not refrain, reframe. I'm not gonna restructure them again. Listen, it's been torn down, I'm not putting it back up. Let it stay down. Y'all know who gave us that example of that? Hands. Who gonna tell? You have raised your hand or you were young? That's good. Yes, sir. Oh. Say it loud, what you say? Okay. Come on up here right quick. Ain't that one of them peacoat, because you done pissed me off. Come on. Now he was honest though. That's all. Now I ain't gonna give you no check this time. But then again, come on, cause you got a peacoat. That coat doesn't piss me off. Now I give you help you out. Now you got a little walk with it. So I don't know why I made you do that because why it made you get her pregnant. I know that ain't it's her fault. And why it's called trouble. So what happened if you look at with about him when I said reframing, not refrain, okay? You'll look at with Yahushua. After when they tore down Jericho, he told a man that go and put that back up, that he gonna lay it in his firstborn. And he gonna wipe out his whole descendancy if he put that thing back in his last. He look at it, he tore it down, you can't put it back up again. It's impossible to go back and put it up. As always, somebody did it. And they laid their foundation too. And he tore it right down. See, they understood things. When they talked about not going back to repeat works again, there were things they learned from the Torah. You learn the thing from going from listening from what they call the New Testament, you taking off with things that you don't really understand the premise of. They understood. He told them, the man that go and put Jericho back up, he said, man, he gonna lay in their firstborn, and then last one, that's gonna be it. He gonna wipe it their whole descendants if he go and put that thing back up. Hello? Yes, sir. You ain't gonna believe who did it. Ahab did. That's why he cut him off of his 70 sons. Go figure. These people really not that smart. See, a lot of things they understood from a different point of view than you. See, you trying to understand everything from what they call the New Testament. You don't understand how they saw things. You couldn't put it back. So they understood how it was impossible. It was impossible. You see what I'm saying? Because once it's done, you can't do that. You going back and you're going to put it back. It's impossible. It's just impossible. Can't even renew it again. They couldn't put Jericho back up. That's why he killed Jeremiah. That's why he killed Ahab and his 70 sons. He laid in his first one and his last one. He killed every one of them. You ain't know why, did you? Because, listen, these people waste too much time trying to tell you. If I told them Harry Potter's a good book, they're going to get more salvation out of it. Because it's too much you'll understand. These people understood. It's just a lot of things you couldn't do, and they understood it. That it's already been told us you can't do that. So when you look at obtain, like people want to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh because it's great to have it. and definitely be a possessor of it. But you need to understand the responsibility that go with it. You got more responsibility on you now than you had before. Don't you know he said, well, better for you not to know the way of Kaid than to know it and turn away from it?
That's right.
Now what that mean? That you can get renewed anytime you want to. Just keep farming up. See, these are things now since we transition, y'all guys got to learn. You don't have to, see, the more knowledge you get, to whom much is given, you ain't gonna believe
Much is required.
Wow. But I'm surely enjoying this new way we transition. Cause it means you get to keep fumbling up and keep doing your own thing. Whole time you'll realize it. All you're doing is laying your foundation.
Yep.
For him to just take you down because you done rebuilt something you weren't supposed to. Even Shaul told you, if I build again those things which I tear down.
Make myself a
I wonder where he got that from. Where could he have possibly got? See, that New Testament teaching, these people don't know what they're doing.
Nope.
That's why he told them, you can't go back and build that again. He got it because they knew the Torah. He tried to tell these people, they really don't know what they're doing. I don't know why people picking this book up just, I'm gonna study. All right, go ahead and try to do it. Go ahead and do it. But what's your purpose? What's your intent? Because too much you don't understand that you're trying to do, that you're gonna find yourself in a violation. Because every time you're doing something opposite, this is sin. And you know that nobody that commits sin has no Kai alone. So why would you keep doing it? Because that's where you at. Now I tell you, everybody got to start measuring, looking at where you at. What are you trying to do at the end of the day? Where are you trying to go at the end of the day? Y'all got it? Yes, sir. And for me, I've endeavored to do this journey. My goal is to complete it at all costs. So it's a constant weighing what you got. It's a constant weighing of what you're trying to do. It's a constant weighing what does the bar say and what you got to get rid of and what you got to transition from. See, for a lot of people, that just ain't, it's just, I'm gonna be saved anyway. That's dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous because there's an order. There's a letter set here for us to tell us, this is how it's gotta be done. It can't be done outside the letter. Before, how about the letter of the law? You got letters now. So you transition from one letter to another one. Even Shaul told you, I wrote to you in a letter. So how these folks done got away from all these letters? He clearly told you, I wrote to you in a letter not to keep company with fornicators. So everybody, I got away from the letter, kill it. This letter does kill it because you finna wind up dying. This in a letter he told you. He ain't told you I spoke this. He even told you that any man think himself to be a Ruachni or Nabal, let him acknowledge that the things I did what? Wrote. That's a letter. These are the Ma of Elohim, but you don't obey them. How you gonna obey this one? See, this is where people going. See, a lot of that, they'll kill people. You dying there, you don't even realize it. And again, this is why things don't work out for like, because he told you a way of a transgressor is hard. He said, but my yoke is easy. Hey, look at that. He said, way of a transgressor hard. Listen, Yasharal, when they went off with Jeroboam, and why they went off with Jeroboam? He told them it was gonna be hard on them. And it got easier for them when they left. Guess what you learned? His hard way, he told you, my yoke is easy, my burdens are light. Had they stayed there, their burden was lighter. Let me say, had they stayed there, they would have stayed in their own land. Had they stayed there, they'd have had the sure mercies of Daoud, and they left because it was hard on them. Yeah, makes sense that I think about it. They ain't even in their land to this day. So explain to me how the way of Yahuwah was harder.
It wasn't.
You see, you know what happened? They think like you think. You're gonna run out and try it because you think your way is smarter and your way is harder.
That's right.
Even if I gave you a hard way, it's gonna be easier than what you're gonna get out of it.
Yep, that's right.
But remember though, how did they not know him? Their own kogma, their own, see, what y'all think these people here be doing? They're trying to use their own wisdom to discern, to try to disembowel, to try to figure. And this is why your way is so hard, and this is why you don't know Elohim. Because if you knew Elohim, you would understand, you would follow. You ain't gonna believe it. My sheep know my voice, and they follow. That's what he said. They know my voice, then they follow. There's nowhere in the world them folk that left. Some of them people, you know they didn't leave. He clearly told you, those in the city, some in the city, they stayed. They're like, man, I don't know that man. I'm not following him. I'm staying right here. Because anything Yahuwah give me, even if hard, it's going to be easier than out there. But when you start seeing your own way, that be your destruction. Y'all in here. They on that screen. They out there. They on YouTube. Listen, it's a lot of folks see their own way. I take something, Tom Smith, then, you know, I got some other stuff I be studying too, and I put them together, and that's where you mess up at. That's why you mess up. I wouldn't have done it. But you got to remember, ain't you. Where you at is a different place. You can do that. I can't do it. Come on, finish that 12th chapter. 12th chapter book of Matthew Yahoo. It's too much folk don't know. We ain't consider, let me tell you something. The more we start transitioning, just for word to wire, this gonna make it real tight for you. I told y'all before, I was good teaching what I was teaching. I was good not talking about a lot of this stuff, because I didn't feel like y'all were ready. But he said, yeah, it's time to build his bell. I was kind of like there was in Kage. I said it wasn't time to build it. That's what I was looking at one time. He said, no. He said it's time to build it.
Yes,
Whether
sir.
you ready or not.
Yes, sir.
It's time to build it.
That's right.
Now, you set yourself up to where it's going to be quicker, a lot easier to get rid of you. Because now you're getting too much information. So the stuff you used to do, you can't do it anymore. That's what he told me about Ms. Raheem.
That's right.
He said, after the day, you won't be able to do what you did before Ms. Raheem.
That's right.
You're not going to be able to do it no more. You're going to try it. Don't worry about it. You're going to try it. Listen, we're not going to argue. We're not going to fuss. We're not going to fight. I'm just going to be done. I'm going to be done with you all together. And I'm going to keep, watch me. Watch how I start crying. I ain't going to be able to preach. It will not faze me, because at this point where we at, y'all, I have no allegiance with nobody. Make sure y'all understand that. My allegiance to Elohim.
That's right.
This is about our salvation. So the more you know, the more you're going to be required. You're not going to get the less. You're not going to get the, oh, come on. Not interested. Don't even worry about it. Because listen, this thing ending. And if I keep killing time with you, we're going backwards. And I can't go backwards. He just told I can't be drawing back. I got to go forward. Line, move up 5. That's how we did. You fall out. See what I do. Line moving up. You're going to be left back at the end of the day, because it's about our salvation. It ain't about your personal feelings. That's what held us back, your personal feelings. Things we're attached to, other things we want to try to do, versus our salvation has to be key. Come on, finish that 12th chapter right quick.
And whoever, continue to verse 32.
Verse 30, this is 12:32. And whoever
speaks at the bar of disgrace against the Ben of Adam, it shall be forgiven to him. But whoever insults the Ruach HaKodesh, it shall not be forgiven to him.
That's what he said.
Neither in this age, nor in the age to come.
So you see that? He said, I don't forgive you now, I ain't gonna forgive you later. That's where you at. So I was like, well, I don't get it now, but I could be saved later. He said, no, you can't. I ain't gonna forgive you now, I ain't gonna forgive you later. That's what he said. Listen.
Called the ox tube and its pari tube.
That's what he told you. He said, now you call the tree tube. If the tree good, he said, then the fruit good. What happened?
Or call the ox rotten.
Or you call the ox rotten.
And its pari rotten.
He said that makes sense. So now you gotta start looking at your kids. What's the tree? See, he started trying to, that's amazing. Because in the book of Bereshit, when he made it, he said whose seed was in itself.
That's right.
That's what he said. The seed was in itself. That tree, how somebody done went there and done stuck some rotten apples on a good tree? How you do that? Put a stick and attach it to that tree and put all right. It ain't gonna stick. It ain't gonna stick. It ain't gonna work. So let me see now, why would them kids be bad? I can't figure this out for nothing. What's that? That's what the man said. That's gonna offend some people. He said, don't make no difference with offend. He said, either you gonna call the tree good or you gonna call it bad. And the fruit bad. If you gonna call the tree good and the fruit good. He said, you're gonna have to do this. So now you gotta start cleaning up the tree. Why you think he came along and you can told therefore the axe will lay to the root of the tree?
Root of the tree.
Cause the fruit ain't working out. The fruit ain't no good. He said, I got to kill the tree. Ain't no way to make a bad tree produce good fruit. He said, can't do it. No more down a well can give you no sweet water if it's poison. He said, can't do it. It can't have both of them. Some day the water good, some day the water poison. He said, no, it's poison all the time. You just look at what you can tolerate. He said, no, it's bad. It's bad. You just didn't know it though, did you? All right, listen.
For the ox is recognized by its pari.
You ain't gonna believe it. Is that true? That's probably talking about spiritual. Not as spiritual. We read, listen, this is all spiritual. This is exactly natural. That's how you know a tree. By the fruit it bears. That's how we know you. Your fruit, it shows. Your pari. Listen.
Bani of Nakash.
Oh my goodness. What do you call them?
Bani of Nakash.
What is that? Vipers. Nakash is a snake. He just called these people snakes. What did he tell them?
How would you able to speak tube if you are Rosha?
What did he just tell them? Y'all a bad tree. He done told the man just told you about a tree and the fruit bad. Then he done told them people about them being Rosha. Now what you hold on for a minute. What you say? What are you saying? I just told you about the tree. He said either you call the tree good or you call the fruit good. If you call the tree bad and you call the fruit bad. He said, man, y'all Rosha. What you say? What you heard? He just put it out there. However they took it, he said, I just put it out there. So either way they go, he done hit them. He said, I ain't talking about your mama and them or I'm talking about you. I'm talking about your kids. That's what he just told them. What was the purpose of telling them that? All right, let's see what happened.
For from the overflow of the lob, the paw speaks.
You see what they said? You ain't gonna believe it. Some of that stuff, man, I don't know where that came from. He just told us something we didn't even know. If I took a cup and I started pouring water in that cup, at what point would that water start coming out that cup?
Overflow.
I don't know where that came from. See, now you don't realize when stuff done came up from you, it's because you got a lot more of that than you thought.
Yeah, that's right.
That slipped.
Yep.
That didn't slip. See, his principles of what he tried to tell us, let us know it overspilled the bank.
That's right.
That's like think about it. When a river get full, it overspilled its banks.
Yep.
I don't know where that came from. Yes, you do. It's more of that.
Yep.
One drop of water don't no straw that broke no camel back. Don't you be stupid. How many straws on that camel back? Yeah. Take all them off and just put one and move that one and put another and move that one and see. Ain't no straw broke that camel back. There's a bunch of them broke.
That's right.
Back.
That's right.
But you like the philosophy.
Right.
Your philosophy sounds good. A lot of stuff, I just really listen to people because it don't make no sense. A lot of stuff, it really don't make the straw that broke the camel back. How many up there? One?
No, multiple.
But see your logic. Who gave you that logic? The straw, that's singular, that broke the camel back. How many straws on that camel back? You show me one straw, you put it back and break it. Because you like lies. That's why you buy it, you like, listen, let me tell you about people. Their education allowed them to play with words. They play word games, okay? They put a lot of stuff. You get a time, you can research, you can watch a lot of stuff. You can watch people and listen to people's stuff people say, which makes absolutely no sense. You just have to sound and look. There's a lot of information that dispels a lot of stuff people say. That's not logical, it's not practical, okay? There's not a one straw to break a camel's back, okay? You have too many straws on his back. You just added one more to the pile that's there. So the stuff that's coming out that you're doing is more in there.
Yeah.
This is not one. I tell you, I'll tell you, you ain't got one problem with me.
That's right.
I know you don't.
That's right.
You got a bunch of problems.
Yep.
Listen, I can read y'all. I know you got more than one problem. I don't buy that no straw broke no camel back. You got problems. Mm-hmm. This is why you can't manifest the behavior. Because you got more than one problem. Mm-hmm. But you want to tell yourself a lie, the straw that broke the camel back. How many of y'all like that saying? How many of y'all like that saying before? Come on, folks. Don't act like, come on. Think about the psychology of that, though. Does that really make sense that one straw broke a camel back? No. Logically. Why we don't address all them other straws? Right. Because this is what we do. This is society. We like to say things to make it logical, to make it feel good to us. That's even to me. We do. Listen, no one wants to deal with themselves. When I sat down, I had to sit and just deal with myself. Stuff I do, just look at stuff. Look at yourself. Look at things you do. And you grade them yourself. They can let you know because we'll look at, it's big things. It's people out here, man, there's people out here killing folk for no reason. He said, you ain't gonna believe it. When you doing wrong, ain't no reason. We can make a lot of logic for things we do, and there are no real answers for them. Other than we make excuses because other people make excuses, and we grade ourselves because other people do, and they don't seem bad, and it's just been a bad protocol. What he tried to get us to do is to strip ourselves. And stripping ourselves, a lot of times, let's get everything out, just like with spring cleaning. We had to go through everything to get it out. You know you can go back and put it, but now you go and put it back in with an intelligence. You know what you realize a lot of times you do spring cleaning? How much stuff you got you don't even use.
Right.
How much stuff you really got, it's in the way.
Yeah.
Get what he told you to do, lay aside every what? Go find your way. You ain't gonna find them until you pull everything out. Pull them out, pull out all your drawers. You know what you'll say? I've been looking for this darn thing. All this, I didn't know what it, go through some of the stuff you said, but I done tore up stuff, and this thing been right here. He just let us see. That's why the word has to come in. Because look at it. A lot of times we done found stuff. I found stuff when it been too late. I needed this earlier. So now he comes in and challenges us so we can go in and start finding things before we get to the mosh pot. Let me tell you what happened. Similar. I had an uncle. My mama had some brothers. My dad had a brother. I had an uncle. Years ago though. Uncle before them. And his daddy-in-law wound up coming to check something he had. And when he came down to check it, my uncle, he was straight, he was honest. Cause he was like, you can check it, I assure you I ain't got it. His dad-in-law accused him of stealing. And his wife, she wasn't like a liar, but she didn't want to let it go. So she pretended it wasn't there, and she covered it up so he couldn't find it. That's us. That'd be my uncle Yacob. Laban came and said he had stole his Elohim. That was an offense for us to have it. Just so happened though, my uncle got her right before they went into the Beth Elohim. He told them to take off all that stuff they had and get rid of them foreign deities. Cause he didn't know she had it. You ain't gonna believe it though. According to when they came and saw, he didn't know he had it, but something had to be in her behavior that he told them to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. When he found out she had it, he didn't, unlike us, I mean, you can keep it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Don't wear it to serve it, don't. He said, take that junk and bury it. Mm-hmm. Get rid of it. He said, we're going to the Beth Elohim. Mm-hmm. He told him to get rid of them foreign, because your behavior gonna show it. A lot of stuff you think don't show. Now, nobody caught it when he served. My uncle caught it. He knew they had it. I already told her, get rid of it. We're going to the Beth Elohim. Yeah. You can't take it with you. See, you know, there's a lot of stuff we hold on to. You shouldn't have brought it. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have brought it. I do more Palauing now. More searching, aggravation, because my desire is for us to be where we need to be. And I know we got a lot of holdups because of things. And some things I put out, I might say, you might not understand at the time, but it's important for us to get to the truth. And to get to the truth, we got to get through things and cover things that unveil us all. There will never be an excuse or a rationality for your color for salvation. That'll never happen. Anybody heard that? I don't know what you heard, but that's where you at, and you needed to hear that. And you take your color on to the Malkuth with you. For me, I think it's important to go back to identify truths so we can try to see how it played a part or plays a part in the endeavor of what we're trying to do to get to the completion of salvation. There's a lot of things we've negated along the way because we don't want to offend, we don't want no problem. Can't we all just get along like Rodney King? He did that. And you see how America got back? And that killed all the racial killing because he didn't want to address the problem. Remember he came out and said that? Mm-hmm. Man, they had shirts on now. They had, if it ain't one king, it's another one. A lot of y'all wasn't even living. Some of them were living. Listen, they were like, beautiful. Can't we all just get along? And the shooting stopped.
Nope.
Because he shouldn't have said it. We should have addressed the problem.
That's right.
There was a lot of people, whites was ready to sit down and talk to fix what we need to do. And Rodney King opened his dumb mouth. Said, can't we all just get along? And we've been doing better ever since.
No.
We needed to address the problem. It was hurtful. And listen, they had talk show people. And listen, people were able to speak freely, and white people listened. It was people listening. But you said it wasn't a problem. Like Nikki Haley, she done told her. She said America is not racist. She said America has never been racist. She said she grew up an Indian girl in South Carolina, segregated South Carolina. Segregated South Carolina. America ain't racist. That's what she said. You just gotta believe. Folks, they're not even practical. You're not even intelligent.
Nope.
Don't tell America a lie. The better conversation would have been America is very much racist. We the people, it's our responsibility to stop. Don't lie to get a position because
right.
we don't help people.
That's right. That's right.
Call a spade a spade. Black people black people racist.
Yeah, no.
Chinese people racist, Mexican people racist, everybody
Right.
has it. We have to overcome it. We have to say enough of us that stand for truth, but you can't get the truth till we address all the truths. That's how
Right.
we see it's a problem. We go back and say, really, this is how this was constructed. Really, this is how this was made. Really, this is the order that he actually set down. If we follow this, then we move from truth into truth. But because we want to address it and everybody got their own truth, this is why we stay chaotic. This is why we never get nowhere. Just like with church, listen, churches, mosques, synagogue, worst places in the planet, all of it, tear them down. Everyone's just terrible. Because people ain't practical. I don't get it. So if it's the truth that happened, why we can't address the truth and fix it? If I don't know the truth about myself, how am I gonna change?
That's right.
How you gonna change if you don't know the truth about yourself?
That's right.
Why won't we address the truth and look at what have I done to impact, to hurt, to hinder? So that I have an opportunity to do what? To make reconciliation, to make change. How is it we had to reconcile with Allah, and nobody got reconciled with us? It's not even practical. It's not even How was it you reconcile Allah without anything? You couldn't, you had to give yourself. There were often had to get because there was no way you could violate and not recompense. That's what made they act like reparation is new. What were people doing when Zacchaeus, when he met Yahushua, when he said, listen, man, if I took from some folk, this is the New Testament. And that in the law back then we did that. That man said, listen, man, if I took anything, I had to, he said, I restored the same exact what I gave back.
Nope.
Interest? Can you believe black people got the nerve to want reparation day? More than what they said they supposed to have gotten. So when somebody hit me in the back of my car and they tear out my car and fix my car, why they gotta still pay me money above my car? Because you have to put me back whole. You put me at an inconvenience. I suffered. You can't come and say, oh, nigga, shut your mouth, your car fixed. No, I had to take medication, I had to go to chiropractor, I had to go to the hospital, I got bills, and then I got suffering. What about for what you even pay me for my suffering. So how do we not have to come say about reparation? Because you know why? This is why they push you away from leave the Old Testament alone. Stay with the New Testament, we born again. Because no one wants to be realistic. Your book was about reparations. That's what he wanted, reparations. You transgressed, you violated, you owe me. No, stop it. But I'm trying to just show you, first of all, how impractical people are. Nobody's practical. We need to move on forward. Yes, because you're not the person. Listen, I got to call them by for a second. He in a 2025 turn around. Mind your own business. Around. Boom! I done knocked him in all up here, hit him over here, boom, 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 boom. God. Oh, man, you all right, man, you all right? Oh, you good, man. I just give you something for that, just going on, you be all right. Man, you ain't gotta call the police to do nothing like that. You ain't gotta move on. I done told him, man, slammed him, man, here, flipped him on here, tore up his car. Now I want to do a fix his car. That man got other damages.
Yeah.
You might have to suffer for I don't know how long behind that. The impact. So the law will come in and say that. A jury even look at that. How nobody can't see reparation for our 400-something years of oppression? Because nobody fell. It don't even make common sense. Now that fell. Woman said she got raped 29,000 years ago, and they said, listen, man, you get $5 million. Trump touched a white woman titty years ago, didn't even sleep with her. She got $5 million. And this reparation stuff is retarded. I don't know what that was what they gave her. You gave one white woman $5 million for a titty been touched back here years ago, and you tell me I can't get no money? Y'all not even practical. They ain't even practical. Let me see. Sean Combs, he done sat here quote what they say now. Alleged, where he did on a ledge or where he did on a roof, where he did in the basement. So a ledge, a roof, a basement, ain't that right? In a loft, wherever he did it at, she got 35 million. All I'm saying is, this isn't about reparation. I just want you to understand something. People are not practical, black or white. Some numbers don't make sense. I wouldn't have gave her no 35 million. I tell you that now. No, he didn't get no 35 million. I tell you that. I look at her and say, not no 35 million. Now, what you done lost, I get that and I give you a couple $100. Because these women ain't innocent. Some of this stuff, no, I don't buy this stuff. I don't believe all this stuff. Listen, women looking for a payday out here, and I think that's sickening and disgusting. I don't make no sense. You can't come back nobody no 20, 30 years later, rank it up vagina, can't do nothing, telling somebody owe y'all their money.
That's right.
I ain't trying to look at you know good where that thing worth $20. Burn that thing, all right. The wall go, trying to sell somebody some new tire, they ain't got no skin, they ain't got no metal shooting out of it. I'm not even giving you no $35 million for them tires. Man, please, that's just retarded. Some of these numbers don't even make no sense. Girl, no good way you ain't got no $35 million vagina between y'all legs. I told Smith about that scandal that morning. I said, $600. Tell me, you done seen $600? I said, no, I hadn't. She come with that leg, $600 right now, leg right here. I said, I know you crazy. I said, I ain't paying no $600. I said, I ain't no sucker. I want no sucker there. I ain't finna start now. $600? No. I had to dig her up from the grave. She leave here 20 years from now. That's a lot of money. These folks just I don't know where these folks get these numbers from. But we're looking at offense, though. We're talking about offense. I just don't get some of this stuff. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. But you can't pay people for what you wrongfully did and you rightfully owe. Y'all don't look at it. We had just as many rapes. We got just as many detriment. We got the crack cocaine. These women, they say I was drugged up. What were we? Drunk. Not just drugged up, we were drugged. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about drugged, literally drugged. Before that crack came, they were drugging us.
That's right.
They drug us on the ship.
Yeah.
Right. We've been drugged for, I don't know, this drug stuff ain't new. Huh? And so we got a lot of work to be done. But anyway, we're finna talk about this. So I'm gonna try to get y'all along. I done lost it and went all these places. Hope I can remember where we was at some kind of way. Was that Matthew chapter 12?
Yes, sir.
Verse 35?
35.
Goodness, look at that. Boy, I remember, I'm trying to give me one of them memory things too. They say got some pill po help you remember.
Ginkgo biloba.
Listen, what it is?
Ginkgo biloba.
Come on, put a check up. I ain't asking nobody what they want. Come on. And when Kerry come in, he get one too. Come on. Hold up the class. And he's trying to sell his own stuff out here. And then folks, somebody listen to this tape, somebody done start ordering that stuff offline already. You took in it. Get another check and messed up something. Trying to sell the folks something he ain't even took it. He trying to remember if he took it.
I can't quite remember.
He said he can't remember if he took it. But let's see what they're going to do. We just talk. We're talking. That's fine. We just talk.
Yes, sir.
Let's see where it goes. 12:35. What are you telling them now?
A tube each from the tube treasure.
Back me up at 34. What are you saying?
Banim of Nakash. How would you able to speak tube if you are Rosha?
Okay, yeah, he talking about how they call them some snakes and how they were able to speak tube when they were Rosha wrong. And he talk about the good tree. You can go on down to 35.
Yes, sir.
The tube tree about a good tree. A good tree, either call the tree good and the fruit good, either call the tree bad and the fruit bad. That's what he said. Let's say we're talking about that. Say that 7th chapter book of Matthew Yahoo. Y'all give him a little time. I try to get out the window. I see Matthew. I see he over here smiling. Leo here laughing at me. I made it funny. $7:13. Kerry, let me ask you something for a second. I'm gonna ask you something. I'm gonna use for example. So now this is Matthew Yahoo 7:13. Cause you from Atlanta. So you grew up in Atlanta, right? So Matthew Yahoo 7:13. Try to ask you about something. Now when we was in Atlanta, I was trying to get them to understand. Y'all know Kerry. How many of y'all know Kerry? They know you know pretty much these folks out here. What about the people you pretty much know them too? How long you think you know me?
10 years. 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 10 years.
15 years. 15, 16 years. How many times you feel I call you up and just talk to you? I'm just checking. I'm just checking. I thought I was just checking. I'm just checking. Kerry said, let him use me. You know that? I use you and you use my pen. So here we go, Matthew Yahoo, chapter 7, verse 13. Listen.
Come in through the narrow entrance.
Y'all hear what he told to do? Come in through the narrow gate. Y'all see it narrow? How much room you got to play that? So that steering wheel your head doing like this ain't gonna work. Come in through the narrow gate. What happened?
For the entrance is wide.
See that for the entrance is wide.
And expansive is the rock to the destruction.
And it's an expansion to the way they're going to the rock. See, the entrance is wide, and the expansion way is open up wide. The road is wide too, because it's a lot of folk going into it. That's what they do. You know, sometimes they say, why this a 2-lane street? You know typically why they might do that, Boston? Because there's not a lot of traffic. Typically, you try to put a 4-lane and 5-lane, like you're gonna spread. Well, you say, man, they need to open this spread web and make it wider. They've already did the study, and they don't see a need for it. It's not a lot of folk going that way. When you got something like 285, you can't do 2 lanes. You gotta open that thing up, get your 5, 6 lane. You go to 75 up toward Marietta, gotta get you ain't gonna believe it. There's a lot of folk going that way. He needs you to understand that. So you be trying to figure out why some of these streets don't have 2-lane wide. He said, cause really, we done did the assessment. It's not really it's not enough people going their way for us to open it up. You ain't gonna believe why all that time he done created all these people, and many years the rock been going, why he ain't make that gate no wider and that street no wider. If you had to just take, what they say, a lucky guess, why y'all think?
Not many gonna.
How many folk y'all figure done been here? Probably about 1 million people on the planet all together?
Billions.
Way more than that.
Trillions.
You don't think that gate should be wider than that? Y'all don't think that street ought to be wider than that? That man said he ain't gonna believe it. The number's still the same. Every time because you don't know what they'll do. Sometimes you'll see a 2-lane and you'll start seeing them do work like they're doing on 20, because they start looking at the traffic back up and all. He looking at it. It still ain't that many folk going. He said, man, all this time since I put this gate up in this road, do y'all know the numbers ain't changed? They're trying to help y'all understand it. And the thing, how many folk been here? Probably what? Probably 1 billion people probably been here all together since the beginning. What y'all figure? Probably 1 billion? What about 1 billion and 1 million? That's crazy. Y'all think it been more than 1 billion people on the planet since the beginning?
Yes.
How many people on the planet now? About 400 million? 700 million. 700 million. See that? You got 700 million. 700 what?
7 billion.
7 billion now. So you figure since the beginning to now, so it's been 7 billion since the world started and now. I'm still wrong. And the gate ain't got no wider and the street ain't got no wider. What that tell you? So let me ask y'all a question. So preachers should really leave all this alone and we should just keep playing. Don't y'all know ain't but so many people going? He knew this before he put this gate here. And this is what I'm irritated for. The man hadn't changed the gate size or the road since he put it there.
Goodness.
But he's been increasing people here. And you too stupid to stop doing what you're doing and don't realize you ain't gonna make it in.
Right.
I done told y'all, but I know y'all play with me all the time. So I do laugh, and y'all know how I be laughing about y'all going to Sheol. Y'all done, pull that tape up. The one you know when I run them down, I was playing them laugh about them going to Sheol. Tell them Big Tim, put that video up. The one about me playing about them going. That's why I don't play about it. That's why you can't play. That's why you got to get out your feelings and realize how serious this is. You can't afford for me to mess around. You can't afford for me to miss it. Think about it. I brought all these people here. I don't plan on saving them anyway. And you got time to play. You got time to get in your feelings. You got time to get over your hiccups. I got problems. He said, good, because I wasn't trying to save you anyway. I ain't taking but so many. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen.
For the entrance is wide and expansive is the rock to destruction.
That's the one he said wide. They talking about, man, there's plenty of room over here. You ain't gonna believe where you going. Man, I could run through that thing with my eyes closed. What gets you think it is? What gets you think it is? Go ahead.
And many are those who enter it.
That's what he told you. There's a lot of them going that way.
Listen.
But the entrance is narrow, and the Darak of Kaid is constrained.
Yeah.
And those who find it are few.
That's what he said. Ain't but look at that. Ain't about a few people ain't gonna find it. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Listen, you ain't gonna believe it. And guess what he said? He said, I was found in there, one even seeking for me.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I be thinking about that thing so much. I wasn't looking. Listen, and I found it. That's what scared me. It been different. I had been on that endeavor the whole time. I wasn't even looking. When I stumbled across it, I wasn't even looking. That's how I did. When I was a young boy, I started out, 6 years old going to church. I didn't find him. You know when I found him? When I wasn't even looking. That's what scared me. Yeah. I was looking low and high, didn't even find him. Then when I wasn't looking, there you go. That's what scared me. You found something that you weren't even looking for. Just like sometimes you might be going through your drug. Think about that. And you said, I looked for this thing and couldn't find it. And now I was just clean. How many y'all, so now you understand that principle? Yeah. I was found of them that wasn't even looking. How many y'all done found something you weren't even looking for? Yeah. But when you look for it, you couldn't find it. That be Yahuwah. Mr. Yahuwah. I'm trying to tell y'all, listen.
Beware to you from Nabaim of falsehood.
Yeah, that's what he told you. He said, you beware of Nabaim of falsehood. Listen.
Who come to you dressed like sheep.
They come to you dressed like sheep.
Clothing, but within they are predatory wolves.
You ain't gonna believe why he told you to come to you dressed like sheep. What's that? What you saying?
I said because they follow Ra.
Because they follow who? Ra. They follow Ra. Because Satan himself transformed himself into.
Because they're docile.
I know it's up here somewhere. I know what fuck on. Now, what you said, Satan himself transformed himself into a sheep of light. This is new. Listen, I too am a student. He was a sheep of light. but no, not necessarily tell you even on the word, but what you look at when you look at a sheep. The reason why you look at them, you look at what we call innocence. That's why you look at the sheep when they try to transform into them sheep, because they try to transform into innocence. Okay, that's what a sheep look. He's actually innocent. You seen a guilty sheep? And pretty much considered, even when you look at our dietary law, you find him kodash. Mm-hmm. You'll find him to be kosher, meaning he's regulated. Mm-hmm. Y'all got it? So what do you think people try to transform themselves in? To look like I'm regulated, try to look like I'm kodash, look like I'm something acceptable. Mm-hmm. See, you got to understand sometimes why he's telling you certain things. When it came down to your offering, it's not too many offerings a sheep don't fit. So people are trying to make themselves look as though they are acceptable, that they're innocent, okay? That they're not a violator, okay? Listen.
You can recognize them clearly by their pari.
See that? Back to the tree. You can recognize them by their pari, listen, by their fruit.
Are grapes gathered from thorns or figs from briars?
You know what? Man, the other day I went, I think me and Austin, we was out there, we were picking them grapes. Boy, I got stuck. That thing, I was like, woo, good the mighty, that thing stuck me so bad. We were picking them. Man, that thing put up. So what happened?
Wasn't grapes.
Just like people sit around and claim that something happened to them they were doing right. Baby might have must said we were picking them grapes and I got that big thorn stuck in my finger. You weren't picking grapes. Mm-mm. You ain't gonna believe it. You ain't living right either.
That's right.
So he's trying to tell you, just look at it, he's trying to get these people to understand something. I just follow me. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That, whew, God almighty, what wrong with me? That grape, whew. What that thing hurt, picking them grapes. He's trying to figure out, where you picking grapes at? Exactly. Listen.
So every tube ox produces tube pari.
Here we go again, same old stuff, listen.
And the rotten one produces Rosha pari.
That's what he told you. The one that ain't no good, that's what they produce. Listen.
A tube ox is not able to produce Rosha pari.
What is that able? Has the ability? So when he's looking for the seed of Abraham, which one you looking at he's looking for? The ones that ain't rotten.
Two.
See, this is something you want to find too, because I know that they're smart. Now let's translate. See, when you look at Abraham, Abraham had more than one son.
Okay, he had more than one son. Okay, but he separated, he moved them. That's why when he started to claim we ain't gonna do it, he's gonna do this by Amunah. So it took a natural bearing to get him here. It was natural that you got him. But then he started looking at who I'm attached to him. See, the Amunah that he had that came from within, that was good. Because Abraham was good. So everybody who had that same light, precious Amunah, you ain't gonna believe it. They're not able to do nothing, Roshan.
That's right.
You look at some of the other boys he got, they got rotten. Oh, a lot of them. Everybody can trace their descendants back to Abraham. If you Yehuda Yashua, you can trace it back to Abraham. Even Louis, he said he was yet in his loins. Louis didn't screw up. But they look at the ones with the Amunah. Makes a difference, don't it? Okay, because he told you what was the seed at.
In itself.
And how many of y'all got y'all Amunah in your pocket? Where your Amunah at?
In yourself.
That's all I'm saying. Listen.
And a Rosha ox shall not yield to Pari.
He said it not. It's not. Listen.
Every ox that does not produce two Pari shall be cut down and thrown into the fire.
Because look at what you've been putting out. See, these are things you need to look at too. Every ox that don't produce two fruit, why you think he told you to train them up? So you've been thinking you've been good, you've been innocent. I'm just doing my part. You're supposed to train them up. So they won't go in that way. So when they get at the tree, get up, it won't depart from it. Hello? Yes, see, we done took our hands out. Well, I can't, gotta let them. Nope. He just told you what you gotta do. That's why you think you gotta keep training them.
That's right.
Cause that fruit come from that tree now. I heard a preacher years ago, they say he said, if it's a rotten member he had in that church, he said, that didn't come from that tree. He said, that thing rolled from down the hill from somewhere else. He said, roll under his tree. He said, that fruit didn't come from him. He said, that fruit rolled from under the hill, down the hill, and rolled under my tree. That was his fruit. That was his fruit. They still producing. Rotten. Come on.
Therefore, you shall recognize them by their Pari.
He said, that's how you going to recognize them. Listen.
Not everyone who says to me,
what they say?
My Adoni, shall enter into the Malkuth of Shamayim.
That's what he said. He said, not everybody that say they're going to enter in. Listen.
But rather the one who does the will of Abi, who is in the Shamayim.
That's what he said. He said, rather the one that do the will of his father in Shamayim, that's the one going to enter in. Listen.
And it shall be that on that yom many shall say to me,
what they going to say?
Adoni, did we not?
Master, did we not?
Naba in your Shem.
Did we not Naba?
And in your Shem drive out Shadim.
Drive out Shadim.
And in your Shem do many wonders.
And did a lot of works.
Then I shall answer them saying,
what you gonna say?
I never knew you. Depart from me,
who?
Workers of lawlessness.
That's what he just told you. He said, you violators. He said, you did it. He said, but I didn't know you because you're a violator. That's what he said. You're a violator. And I don't even know you. Come on.
So anyone who shama these dabarim of mine.
So anybody who hear these words that I'm speaking
and does them,
and you do them,
shall compare to a Kakma Ish who built his beth
he said,
on a rock.
I'm gonna compare them to a person that has Kakma, wise man who has skills. See, that's important because they knew when it came down to building the tent, when it came down to building the things he paid, even making the clothes that they wore, he always used people who had a skill.
Right.
And they had a skill because they were getting it from him.
Right.
They did not have the worldly skill. They had the wisdom came from him. He gave them that skill.
That's
he
right.
told them, pick these guys because I've given them something.
Right.
I've given them a skill. They can do this. So now he's saying, watch these people. This is who I'm going to liken them. This is who they're going to be resembled to. They're going to be resembled to somebody that has Kakma. Listen.
And the rain fell, and the streams flooded, and the winds blew, and they touched that beth.
And what happened?
But it did not fall.
But it didn't move.
Because it was founded upon the sewer.
That's right. It was signed on a rock. Come on.
And every one shama these dabarim of mine, and not doing them, shall be compared to a foolish Ish who built his beth upon the sand.
And what happened?
The rain fell, the streams flooded, and the winds blew, and they encountered that beth.
And what happened?
It fell, and it collapsed, and its collapse was great.
Why?
And it came to pass When Yahushua finished saying these dabarim,
what they do?
The crowds were astonished by his teaching.
That's what they were. That thing. They said that thing now. That's pretty good. What happened?
For he was teaching them as a ish of authority and not like the scholars.
Scholars, scribes. He don't sound like somebody just copying something to say something.
Right.
Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. That's what they noticed about him. It was interesting. They noticed that about him too. Ain't that something? Very interesting. Let's look at something. Can we look at something? Yes, sir. See if that the 7th chapter of the book of, see that Uyakru. They call it Leviticus, Uyakru. Uyakru. 7, let me see about 15, I guess. Let me see. Let's see where we're going with this. Listen.
Now, as for the basar of the zabak of his tudah shalom offerings, it shall be eaten on the yom of his offering. He shall not leave any of it over until morning.
Yeah.
But if the zabak of his offering is a vativ or a freewill offering, it shall be eaten on the yom that the offer is that he offers his zabak.
Yeah.
And on the morrow, what is left of it, it may be eaten. But what is left over from the basar of the zabak on the 3rd yom shall be burned with fire. So if any of the basar of the zabak of his shalom offerings should ever be eaten on the 3rd yom, he who offers it shall not be accepted, and it shall not be reckoned to him.
It won't be accounted to him. He said not going to be, I'm not going to count that to anything. What happened, son?
It shall be an offensive thing, and the nafash who eats of it shall bear his own iniquity.
You see that? You're going to bear your own guilt. Listen.
Also the basar that touches anything unclean shall not be eaten. It shall be burned with fire. As for other basar, anyone who is clean may eat such basar.
Anybody that clean can eat it.
But the nafash who eats the basar of the zabak of shalom offerings, which belong to Yahuwah, while his uncleanness is on him,
what happened?
That nafash shall be cut off from his arm.
He's going to cut that joker off. You know what that cutoff is, isn't it? What happens if I cut your arm off? Where it live at? The reason you use that you want to use that connotation, you're doing it because remember, there's supposed to be a body. So if you cut something off from the body, can it live? You ain't gonna believe it. That's the whole purpose of separating you. So you won't live. Because they had to work and function cohesively as one man. Listen.
When the nafash touches anything unclean, whether human uncleanness or an unclean animal or any unclean detestable thing, and eats of the basar of the zabak of shalom offerings, which belong to Yahuwah, that nafash shall be cut off from his arm.
Come on.
Then Yahuwah spoke to Mushah, saying,
What is saying?
Speak to the Bani of Yasharal, saying,
What is saying?
You shall not eat any fat from an ox, a sheep, or a goat. Also the fat of a carcass and the fat of an animal torn by beasts may be used for any work, but you shall certainly not eat it.
A lot of times we be eating that meat, got that fat in it. I need y'all to start separating that fat.
Yes, sir.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Start separating that fat. Listen.
For whoever eats the fat of the animal of which he shall bring near a fire offering of it to Yahuwah, even the nafash who eats shall be cut off from his arm.
He separated when they brought an offering because the fat was used to burn it upon the altar. So they weren't supposed to eat the fat. They said, we're not offering it. I just want to stay on safe line. Don't eat it. Come on.
You should not eat any dam, either of bird or of animal, in any of your dwellings.
Y'all hear that? You're not supposed to eat any blood any of the animals.
Any Nephash who eats any dam, even that Nephash shall be cut off from his arm.
Y'all understand that? So he gonna cut you out. What that mean? You just gonna live somewhere else? What that mean? I put you out for you to die. I separated you. Listen.
Then Yahuwah spoke to Mushah, saying, Speak to the Bani of Yasharal, saying, He who offers the zabak of
That's
his...
fine. That's fine. So we understand that. The fat we're not eating. We understand the part about eating no blood. I know now that don't justify you and Ryan burning up that meat. I just want to put that out there. We wanted to eat. Listen, he was on that bad side. He was cooking. And I seen so much smoke. Them guys were cooking. They all were burnt out. I said, they all so burnt out. I looked over that table. I said, Dexter cooking. I said, they done. Man, that meat was so char grill on it. I said, I ain't know no folks had charcoal in there. I said, man, we make this stuff here dead. I said, it dead. I seen the meat die, reincarnate. Them jokes, they love that burnt. Yoshi too, burn up some meat. I'm gonna take, look at, where Yoshi? Oh my God. We took her to folk. Them folks kept bringing that charcoal. I was eating it. Tea was getting whiter and whiter. I said, where that stuff? Man, stuff was like brick it. It was just breaking. I said, no. Y'all got, you cook it, you want it cooked, but you can't burn it. I'm going to make that a sin. Did they sin, brother?
They sin.
They sin. I'm talking about these y'all with charcoal. Man, if they kept bringing that burnt meat, I said, where y'all keep bringing this burnt meat for? They keep, I said, they who? Dexter, Ryan. I told them, don't even sit by me. They know, sit down now. Let them folk get it. Let them get, after I get mine, then let them burn it up. Then they're right. I'm like, oh, Yahoo, let me get mine first. Then you can eat that burnt up meat. But I understand that they want to be cautious, make sure you don't have blood. So you learn the difference between blood and have juices. So you just got to learn the difference. Trouble, preacher ain't going to lead you wrong. Cause I eat, you see, if I eat it, I ain't eating no blood. You know what I'm saying? But that's critical. Y'all got it because you dealing with that. You'll start to deal with something that could be poison. And the reason why it be poison, because what he say?
Kai.
He don't cut, because we don't look at it part, no, we don't got because of Kai, because it's a violation. Once he said you're going to be cut off, so how do I have to view blood?
Poison.
I got to view it as, see, you got to understand, like what, so if you see me put anthrax in something, or what is the other stuff you, strychnine, what you going to say? Why? So eating the dumb will kill you, so we understand that poison not doing it, correct? Wow. So these are things we're trying to watch to make sure that we're knowledgeable of things we didn't pay attention to before. We start to see now how they could come in and become a problem for us, okay? And we say all that because we want to make sure we're clear on, when we go back through the Torah, how things kind of intersect and interline and interlock. And a lot of times we don't pay attention to them to see how critical the writings are and how essential, meaning they promote something to us, right? And that's the goal, trying to make sure we understand the whole premise, the dynamics of what we have, okay? Now looking at these things and looking at what we've said, there are things that we set down and we try to make sure that we're mindful of, okay? Let's see the 7th chapter of the book of Ala Shemut. They call it Exodus. These were the names. Now, Exodus is something that they made up, which is totally different than what the book name is. Let me see 7 and 6. Let me have 7 and 1 first. Let me see what that say. 7 and 1. Listen.
Then Yahuwah said to Mushah.
Then he said to Mushah.
See, I make you as Elohim to Pharaoh.
Hold on. Your mic died. Something happened to this mic. Let me be at it. Here. What did it say?
See, I make you as Elohim to Pharaoh.
Y'all see that? Ra'ah. It's the sea. Listen.
And your Ak, Aharun, shall be your Nabi.
That's what he said. Listen.
You shall speak all that I command you, and your Ak, Aharun, shall speak to Pharaoh, that he let the Bani of Yasharal go out of his land.
Mm-hmm.
But I shall harden Pharaoh's lob, that I may multiply my ox and my wonders in the land of Mizraim.
That's what he said. He said, I harden his law so I can multiply it. See, this is what people know, to multiply. You have to be able to increase. The multiply, you're going to increase. You can do an addition, but that number kind of, you know what I'm saying, it kind of overpowered. Like I told you, like you just learning, looking, it makes no sense that 1 times 1 can be multiplication. It's not logical. It's not practical, because 1 times 1 is what? So how could it be multiplying? Wow. He said, see, I've hardened his law so that I can multiply my odds. Listen.
When Pharaoh does not shama to you,
when he don't listen,
then I shall lay my hand on Mizraim and bring out my Saboth, my arm, the Bani of Shurah, from the Arats of Mizraim by great Mashpah.
Listen.
The Mishrites shall know that I am Yahuwah when I stretch out my hand on Mizraim and bring out the Bani of Yasharal from their midst.
Listen.
So Mushah and Aharun did as Yahuwah commanded them. Thus they did. Mushah was the ben of 80 shanim old, and Aharun the ben of 83 shanim old, when they spoke to Pharaoh. Now Yahuwah spoke to Mushah and to Aharun, saying,
what he's saying?
When Pharaoh speaks to you, saying, give a ox for yourselves, then you shall say to Aharun, take your staff.
Some of his mic is kind of in and out. Hold on for a second. Give him another mic. You got to change the mic out. It's better. Hold on for a second. One more people to miss now, because you can't in and out. You can't hear. You're going in and out.
Yes, sir.
You know, Mike, we'll give him a second. So, and we just kind of looking at these things since we were talking about what they've gone through and not eating the fat. It's important to just kind of look at some of these things too, and just kind of look at disciplines and watch how things work and how they kind of play themselves out. Okay.
All right. When Pharaoh speaks to you, saying,
well, you're 75?
79.
79.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Go ahead.
Give a miracle for yourselves, then you shall say to Aharun, take your staff and throw it down before Pharaoh, that it may become a Nakash. So Mushah and Aharun came to Pharaoh, and thus they did just as Yahuwah had commanded. And Aharun threw his staff down before Pharaoh.
And what happened?
And before his Abadim, and it became a Nakash. Then Pharaoh also Korah for the Kakma Anashim, and for the sorcerers.
And the sorcerers.
And they also, the magicians of Mizraim, did the same with their secret arts.
They did the same thing with their arts.
For everyone threw down his staff, and they turned into Nakash. But Aharun's staff swallowed up their staffs.
Yep.
Yet Pharaoh's lob was hardened, and he did not shama to them, as Yahuwah had said. Then Yahuwah said to Mushah, Pharaoh's lob is stubborn. He refuses to let the arm go. Go to Pharaoh in the morning. Behold, he is going out to the Maim, and station yourselves to meet him on the bank of the Nahar. And you shall take in your hand the staff that was turned into a Nakash.
Yes.
You shall say to him, Yahuwah, the all of the Abarim, sent me to you, saying, let my arm go, that they may serve me in Bamidbar. But behold, you have not shama until now.
But you hadn't listened to now? Come on.
Thus says Yahuwah, by this you shall know that I am Yahuwah.
Come on.
Behold, I shall strike upon the Maim that is in the Nahar with the staff that is in my hand, and it shall be turned to Dam. The fish that are in the Nahar shall moot, and the Nahar shall become foul, and the Mishrites shall become weary of drinking Maim from the Nahar. Then Yahuwah said to Mushah, say to Aharun, take your staff and stretch out your hand.
That's fine. We just kind of looking at that. Look, get that 12th chapter of the book of Yehukanan, 12:34. Yehukanan, they call it John. And you see what happened? Their heart was hardened. Your Ukanan, they call John 12:34. Listen.
The answered him and said, we have Shammah from the Torah, that the Mashiach shall be established alam.
Y'all hear that? They learned from the Torah that the Mashiach gonna be established for alam. And we ought to knew that anyway, because he told Dawood that he was gonna sit at Ben, they're gonna be a Ben, they're gonna sit upon the throne.
That's right.
Along. He said it wasn't gonna fail. So they understood when he was saying he was the Mashiach, what that meant. Because Dawood was Mashiach.
That's
Remember,
right.
they went with him. Said a lot of stuff you don't pay attention to, do you? You just look at Mashiach. It means to, this is what they did. He ordained, he anointed him. And when they anointed Dawood, he was set up and he told Dawood that he was going to establish his throne for alarm and alarm. So whoever was going to be the person that was going to sit in that seat was going to be there forever, long time. So that's why they would make a statement saying that we've heard that the Mashiach was going to be for alarm for a long time, because that would only make sense if you were knowledgeable of who? Dawood and the Berith he made.
That's right.
But people not, because they New Testament. The New Testament don't let them go but so far, and they just say, because the Bible said, right here in John, that doesn't make sense. Unless I see there, it has to be practical. They told you they learned it from the Torah. They could have never learned it from Matthew. They couldn't have learned from Mark and Jude. They had already gone through the Torah.
That's
and learned
right.
This, okay?
Yes, sir.
Which we'll look at the Tanakh, they look at the Nabaim, first 5 books is gonna be Torah law. But they said, we've learned that this man is going to exist longer. Y'all got it? Even when when Mushah told him that Yahuwah was gonna raise up a Nabal like unto who?
Unto me.
He said, him you gonna hear.
That's right.
So he said, you got a problem hearing me, you gonna hear him though. And it's gonna be whoever don't hear him, that man gonna wipe you right off the face of the law. You're gonna take you off the surface. Listen.
How can you say that the Ben of Adam must be lifted up? And who is this Ben of Adam?
See, they want to say that. They're trying to figure out how you're going to be lifted up. Come on.
Yahushua said to them,
What he saying?
The Ahura shall be with you only for a little while.
That's what he said.
Halak, while you still have the Ahura.
And you walk while you got the light.
Lest Kashak shall overtake you.
See that? Let sin overtake you.
The
Come
one
on.
who halaks in Kashak does not know where he is going.
Mm-hmm. See that? The one that walking in the dark, how can he know? To prove that out, Mizraim sat still for 3 days. Mm-hmm. You know how stupid you are to the fact that he didn't teach them that and they sat still for 3 days. You know why? They didn't know where they were going.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you? That's why he told you nobody to move out of their place. But guess who would understand that? People who knew the Torah. Because they knew in the writings that they sat still for 3 days because it was so dark. Guess what? And he's looking at you saying, I couldn't imagine why y'all still doing this. You don't even know where you're going. The Mizrahites, they sat still. So when he's telling you to be still and see, what was he trying to tell you? You don't know where you're doing. You don't know what you're doing and you don't know where you're going. That's what he was trying to get them to say. Be still because you don't know where you're going and you don't know what you're doing. Listen. I'm reading it with you. Listen.
While you still have the Ahura, Aman in the Ahura.
See, now you need to believe in it. Your confidence need to be in the Ahura, in the light. Come on.
So that you may become Bani of the Ahura.
See that? So you can become. Y'all got it? Listen, you want to be begotten of the Ahura. Think about this. When the Shamash was there, he created the other Ahuras from that Ahura. So he's trying to tell you how to work, and you can do the same. You could become Ahura from the Ahura. That's how he made. He made light from light. Let me ask you a question. Do anybody have a candle? Anybody have 2 candles? I'm sorry, how do you say, you know you can light a candle with another put out candle. They got high. Exactly how do you light that candle? So where did that candle get its light? From darkness? It got it from our oil. I'm trying to do it, help you out. I know you're stupid. They'll be home with 2 candles doing like this, striking them against each other. Listen, and I wouldn't stop you because that's what your intelligence level at. I know how light comes. Light is begotten from light. It has to come from light. That's why he told you Elohim was Ahura. Right. What are you thinking? No light exists of itself. It comes from light. Yeah. Come on.
Yahushua spoke these Dabarim and went and was hidden from their presence.
Mm-hmm.
There were many acts that he did in their own, but despite this, they did not Aman in him.
Why?
This was to fulfill the debar of Yashayahu the Nabi that Yahuwah said.
What is saying?
Who has amon our report.
And?
To whom was the arm of Yahuwah revealed.
What happened?
For this reason they were not able to amon. Because again, Yeshayahu said, he has blinded their and hardened their lob, or else they may see with their and their lob may banah, and they may return, and they shall be healed.
You ain't gonna believe it. So what you think the purpose was why Pharaoh told you that who was Yahuwah, that he should amon in him?
He would have turned.
He would have turned. So he made sure he didn't know him. I hadn't seen it, ear hadn't heard. You ain't gonna believe it. Hadn't even entered into his heart. The things Elohim had prepared for them that are hardened, he revealed it to us. See, the only reason why he hardened those people's heart, they didn't know why Yahushua had hardened the people's heart that would listen to him. If those people had turned, how am I work the other signs?
Right.
I won't get to work these signs. That's why they couldn't believe. But see, how they understand it is what they just read in the book of Matthew, the 12th chapter, the book of Yehukanan, the 12th chapter. That's not how I understood it.
Right.
I understood it from the Torah.
Right.
He clearly told you why I hardened his heart.
Right.
Because I got to work these signs.
Right.
I won't worry about it either. Be a New Testament creature. Or you can be an intestinate creature. That means you're going to get pooped out anyway. See, I know this ain't important to you guys, but there's a lot of things you need to pay attention to. There are not coincidences. In order for him to work the signs, it was imperative that these things happen. Okay? So now we'll try to look at some things and try to get some consideration about them. Okay? Let's go to the, let's look at that fourth chapter. How about that? That fourth chapter book of Ala Shemut. 4 and 4. They call it Exodus. Make it 4 and 3. That's what I want. Listen.
Then he said, throw it on the Adumah. So he threw it.
Hold on, back me up. Make it 4 and 1 then.
Yes, sir.
Listen, 4 and 1.
Then Mushah answered and said, and behold, they shall not amon me, nor shall Shammah to my call, for they may say, Yahuwah has not appeared to you.
That's what they're going to say.
Yahuwah said to him, what is that in your hand? And he said, a staff. Then he said, throw it on the Adumah. So he threw it on the Adumah, and it became a Nakash, and Mushah fled from it.
That's what it did.
But Yahuwah said to Mushah, stretch out your hand and grasp it by its tail. So he stretched out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand.
That's what he looked at. So that's what he looked at. He took it and cast it out. So let's look at something right quick. At the 21st chapter of the book of Matthew, 21 to 11. Listen.
And the crowds said, this, he is the Nabi, he is the Nabi Yahushua from Nazareth, which is in Galilee.
Y'all hear that? That's what they said. He's the Nabi, which is of Nazareth. And what did he do?
And Yahushua went into the Mashakan of the Elohim and drove out from there all the merchants and customers in the Mashakan and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said to them, behold, it is Katab that my Beth shall be Kara.
Turn the heat on for a little, just one of them. They're going to burn them all up just a little bit. I like it, but I see them. Listen.
My Beth shall be Kara, the Beth of Palal, but you have made it into a den of robbers.
That's tight. Give me the 23 and 23, Matthew. 23,
Yes,
21. Listen.
And whoever Shaba
23 and 1. 23 and 1.
23 and 1.
Y'all didn't hear me clear it up and say 23 and 1?
Thought you said 21. I'm sorry.
All right, 23 and 1. That's fine.
Then Yahushua spoke to the crowds and to his Talmudim, saying,
What is it saying?
The scribes in the Parashim sit in the seat of Moshe.
That's what it said. Where they sit at?
In the seat of Moshe.
That's tight. That's tight. What is the purpose of that? Because in the 21st chapter, and 11, 12, he went into the Mashkan. What did he overturn?
The seats of the money
The
changer.
tables? They changed the table. Something else he turned over. The seats? What you usually sit in the seat? Your tail? So if you overturn the chair, what they put they behind that?
In the seat.
No, they put it behind on the ground.
On the ground.
Pay attention. Don't take that long. Pay attention. He told him to take him by the tail. Pay attention. These were ox he was working. You wouldn't catch it because you're a New Testament creature. You done missed it. That's why I took you to show you where they sat at.
Yeah.
They sat at Musha's seat. If I grab you by your tail, where am I gonna grab you at? At your foot?
No.
Your hair? So when he overturned the seat, where they put the people sitting them at?
Yeah.
Where he just told you these people sit at?
Moshe's seat.
It's amazing. Because in the 12th chapter, it was amazing. Because he wound up talking in the 12th chapter book of Matthew, and he called them a generation of what?
Nakash.
So he threw the snakes on the ground.
Yes, sir.
I'm confused. I was confused. I was kind of confused. I was confused. I was confused about that. Give me the book of Oriah, chapter 24. Pick me up at 24 right quick. Listen.
Some Anashim with us went to the Kubar and found it just as the Nashim had said.
That's what they did.
And they did not see him.
And they did not see him.
He said to them, Alas, you who lack da'ah.
You that lack knowledge.
And slow of lob to Amun and all that the Nabaim have spoken.
And all that they spoke.
Yes, sir. Was it not necessary for the Mashiach to bear all these things and to be brought into his kabul?
That's what they said. So where you start at?
Then he began with Musha.
And did what?
And with all the Nabaim.
What did he do?
And explained to them all of the Ketubim that spoke about him.
That's what he said. Verse 37. Listen.
But they were shocked and terrified and thought that they were seeing a Ruach. He said to them, what is it to you that you are alarmed?
That's what he said. Look at that. Can you believe that? You know what these folks did? These folks sat here and thought they done seen a ghost. Dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. Listen to this.
What is it to you that you are alarmed, and why have such thoughts come up to your lob? See my hands and my regal.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Why was he trying to show him his hands?
That's
was
right.
that an ox?
That's right.
It's amazing. He wanted to show him his hands.
That's right.
That's amazing. That's what Musha did.
Yes, sir.
Same thing Musha did.
That's right.
Showed him his hand. Just amazing. Start looking at the ox, just amazing. When you pay attention, you just kind of watch things. Let's jump back over to that 4th chapter of the book of Allah Shemut. Where we left out 4 and 2, 4 and 3?
Yes, sir. 4 and
4 and 5. All right, come on.
That they may amon that Yahuwah, the all of their abode, and the all of Abraham, the all of Yasakak, and the all of Jacob have appeared to you.
Yeah.
Yahuwah furthermore said to him, now put your hand into your bosom. So he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous like snow.
Yeah. I look like a ghost.
Then
Go
he
ahead.
said, put your hand into your bosom. So he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out of his bosom, behold, it was restored like his basar. It shall come to pass, if they shall not amon you, nor heed the call of the first odds,
Yeah.
they may amon the call of the last odds.
Is ever believe the last one? Isn't that right? So they weren't supposed to believe it. The last one, the one they're gonna believe, but he still had to work them. Listen.
It shall come to pass,
What happened?
if they shall not amon even these two odds, and shall not shama to your call,
Yeah.
then you shall take of the Ma'im of the Nahar and pour it on the dry Adumah, and the Ma'im shall be which you take from the Nahar shall become dam on the dry Adumah.
Nobody said. What happened?
Then Mushah said to Yahuwah, please, Adonai, I am not the Ish of Dabarim, even from yesterday, even from the third Yom,
Know what he's
since you
saying.
have spoken to your Abad.
Yeah.
For I am slow of speech and slow of tongue.
And slow of tongue.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yahuwah said to him,
What he saying?
who has made each pa,
Who made each mouth?
or who makes him mute or deaf,
Who make him deaf, or who make him where he can't speak?
or seeing or blind?
Or seeing or the blind?
Is it not I,
He said,
Yahuwah?
don't I do that?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Now go, and I shall be with your pa, and shall teach you what you shall speak.
That's all you need right now. That's all y'all need. Let's see something right quick. Pick me up at that Matthew chapter 27. Hmm. 27, 39. Make it 40. Matthew. Listen.
And they said, you who would demolish the Hakal and build it in 3 Yamim, save your life.
You know what they said? Come on.
And if you are the being of Elohim, come down from the crucifixion.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, the Rosh Kohanim, along with the scribes and Zakanim, also mocked him and saying, he saved others, but he is not able to save himself.
Mm-hmm.
If he is the Malak of Yasharal, let him now come down from the crucifixion, then we shall amon in him.
Then we'll believe in him.
He trusts in Elohim. Now let him rescue him if he desires him.
That's what he said.
For he said, I am the ben of the Elohim.
That's what he said. Come on.
Even the robbers who were crucified with him insulted him in a similar way. There was kashak over all the arats from the 6th hour to the 9th hour.
Mm-hmm.
At about the 9th hour, Yahushua sayak out in a loud call, Ali, Ali, lama sabatana. That is to say, my all, why have you abandoned me?
Yes.
And some anashim of those standing there shama it and said, he is calling for all Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
One of them ran quickly and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar. He placed it on a reed and gave it to him to drink.
Yes.
But the other anashim said, leave him alone, and we shall see if all Yahoo shall come to save him.
Yes.
And another Ish took a spear and thrust it through his side, and out came Dam and Ma'im.
Yes.
But Yahushua sayak out again with a loud call, and his ruach departed.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Couple things I'm sure y'all missed too. So we'll look at something else. How about that? Give me the book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 15. Listen.
And he said to them,
What
go
he saying?
into the whole alarm and
Go
preach
into-
the tube
Know
news
what he
to
told
all
them?
creation.
To all creation. Uh-huh.
One who amons and is immersed, he shall be saved.
That's what he said. The one that among and is immersed shall be saved. Listen.
But whoever does not amon shall
Whoever
be
don't
made
believe,
guilty.
That's going to be guilty. You're going to be condemned. Violator. Go ahead.
These are the odds that shall accompany those who amon.
That's what he said. These are the signs that accompany them, that goes with them, that believe. Like what?
They shall cast out Shadim in my Shem. They shall speak in new tongues.
They speak, because when Yahushua was talking, you ain't gonna believe it. When he got through talking the 7th chapter, they said he didn't talk like other people. He talked like one with authority. His tongue was different. They didn't know that with Mushak. You never heard them talk about him stumbling anymore, did it? Come on.
They shall pick up Nakash with their hands.
You ain't gonna believe it. So he overturned them seats. He told them folk they were generation of vipers.
Mm-hmm.
So you missed the sign. You missed the sign. In the book of Colossians 2:15, it told you he made a show of them openly. You missed it. You're looking at him to pick up literal snake. He told those people that he told you they were generation of viper. They told you this. They told you that Pharaoh had a bunch of. All he said it was a bunch of snakes.
Right.
And all he did was he told them where to pick them up at, didn't he?
Yes, sir. By the tail.
Flip their tail over. Put their tail on the ground. Grab them.
Mm-hmm.
What does they do, son?
And they drink deadly poison, and it shall not harm them.
You ain't gonna believe it. One day, Yahushua had a supper, Boston. And he gave him the cup. You know what he told him to do? Take ye and drink it. This is my dung. If you notice, everything died that was in the river that had drunk the dung. These stupid people run around trying to drink strychnine. All he did was give you the cup. You were told you couldn't eat the dung. It was gonna kill you. That's why you could drink any deadly thing, it won't hurt you. Because if you eat it, it'll kill you. Not if you drink it. I get paid to do this for you.
Yeah.
That's too. You see them drinking strychnine, tell them to keep drinking it. Oh, appreciate it. So they'll try to get you convinced. The man told you over and over again, if you go back, he told you, had you believed Mushak, you would have believed him. Who he said? He was talking about me. I'm the one gonna take them up by their tail. Watch my thought. I'm gonna go from speaking like these people copying. You're gonna notice I'm speaking like one of authority. That's new. Why you think they recognize the way he was speaking? Because nobody talk like that. That's new. That's your new tone. You know what they're trying to run around? Blah, 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 blah. These people don't understand no book. They kill time. The thing, what he told you eat blood? Then y'all just agree that was poison. But how he gonna tell you, he just told you to drink it. He said if you drinking the deadly thing, it wasn't gonna hurt you. It'll kill you if you eat it, won't it? So if you drink it, does it kill you? Why am I trying to drink strychnine? That's why they need a teacher, Dave. The time these people kill, people don't know what they're doing. Let me tell you the truth. Harry Potter is one of the best books on the market. I encourage people to go buy it. If you're in a church, mosque, synagogue, you're in a Hindu temple, get that Harry Potter and start beginning. And when you get through reading, read it again. That's your best work. These people killing time. All they did is confuse people, messed a lot of folks up, and people have no idea what they're doing. Nothing. Everybody just, it looks good. It looks easy. Any fool can do it. You go to one of them schools, get one of them paperwork, you can do it. All you're gonna do is lead people wrong. Y'all all right? So now you can see where the problem have come with people trying to be saved. See, the people that came out Mizraim was saved, they believe the odds. These people don't even know what the odds is. Go ask them. Do you know what they do? They bring snakes to church, start picking them up. Because they have no idea. What was the purpose of calling them a generation of vipers? So when I flipped their chairs over, I took them by the tail. Y'all drink poison. All these folks around here trying to do something. Just slow down and take your time. Slow down and take your time. What's right gonna be right. Y'all all right? Did you learn anything? How many of y'all need some strychnine so you can be poisoned? How many of y'all need some strychnine so you can be saved? How about y'all up there? How many of y'all need strychnine so you can be saved? So you can work your sign? How many of y'all need to bring some, how many of y'all need to go buy some rattlesnakes and pick them up? Did you get understanding? I just show you how much. What you think, Boston? Did it make sense? That's it. But think about it. That's amazing. How many of y'all money you tell you get your tail somewhere and sit down? What was the purpose of them telling you to do that? Was that your head? You know how he walked there and started snatching them by their hair? Why was he flipping over their seats? Because he was told what to do. Take them by their tail. Take them by their tail and pick them up. You get them chairs and flip their behind over. And guess what? They miss the signs. I try to tell these folks, you gotta take your time. If I go, y'all gonna put some money together so I can go one of them universities of the university? So we get some of that real learning, use some of them big broad words, and get us some strychnine and usher some snakes in here. These people don't know what they're doing, but listen, I wouldn't bother none of them people, honestly, I wouldn't bother them, because they see what they're supposed to see. If that's what you see, that's what you're supposed to see. Oh, you get in them for, they'll tell you, you ain't working the sign, you ain't saved. I'm 100% with them. You sure not. Because that man done showed you the signs. You just got to be able to pay attention to them. See, this is how important it is to take your time. That's what I told you. The people that going to get the strychnine and the snakes and run, they're going, all you got to do, what's your intent? These people not honest. I'm telling you the truth, a lot of these people not honest. Simplify it for you. So how the people drunk strychnine when they were with Mushaw? Even Mushaw ran when he saw a snake. Why y'all think Yahushua kept escaping? Because he saw them, they were snakes. But then he knew Yahuwah told him what to do. Take them by their tail. Oh, I know, you're confused on the other part. Because they did tell you his snake ate the other snakes. That's amazing. Because you know, the Rosh Kohan them told him, said, you know when that deceiver live. See, Yahushua was a snake too. I know they wouldn't pay attention to it. That's how he was able to devour the other snakes. You should have paid attention because they cut him down off the tooth. They put him on the ground. You were supposed to catch that stick on the ground. Y'all forgot who he was, Yahushua, the Malak of the Yahudim. What would that city? Galilee, you from? Nazareth. That's called the branch, the city of the branch. So if you come from the city of you're a branch. Remember, he told you that his servant's gonna be a branch. So that's why you cut him and put him on the ground. That's what he did. That's why they told you he was a deceiver. When he hit the ground, he was a serpent. I know you won't catch it. You're not supposed to catch it. Let me tell you something. Take your time. I told y'all a lot of teaching. It was up to me. I wouldn't even tell it to you. I wouldn't tell you everything I know. Because I know where you at. You ain't really there. Y'all will spend more time trying to figure out what I'm doing. Just taking my time. Just taking my time. I don't study from none of these people. I don't need none of these people's stuff. I don't watch none of these people's videos. I don't listen. There's not one preacher you're going to find nowhere can come tell you I listen to their stuff. I'm not interested in none of these people's stuff because I'm looking at people's intent. Not that I don't want you to think no more of me than what you hear now. I just tell you them right here, ain't stupid. I just got their face. I just broke down some of these folk been wrestling with for how long? Strychnine, snake handler. I didn't make a fool out of this stuff, but they see what they're supposed to see. Because what's your intent? Right. See, you didn't even realize why he devoured those people. When they put him on the ground. That's when they told you after he had hit the ground. They told you when that deceiver lived. What did Ka'ua tell you about the serpent? She said, he deceived me. And I did eat. That made him a serpent. Nakash. That's how he was able to devour the other ones. No, they told you, Musha, his staff wound up devouring the other ones. You saw that? And you confused on that one. What he told you he made you, what he made Musha who? He said, I made him Elohim. You ain't gonna believe who stick Yahushua was. He was Elohim. That's how he could turn into a Nakash and devour the other ones. Hello? Yes, sir. I'm trying to help y'all out. And that's what I'm trying to do, help y'all out. Take our time. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Listen, this is what I do. Y'all watching for him. If I don't believe it, I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't even come back. I wouldn't even cut my internet on them. I wouldn't be listening to somebody tell me no lie, teach me no lie. Because if you think about it, you need to drink strychnine and you need to have a rattlesnake in order for you to be saved. Any fool know that. I see Isaiah that just smiling. What you think about Isaiah? Good teacher, makes sense. How about it, Amber? Appreciate it. What about Shaquille? How about that washing machine man? Sal Pong. Oh, him fell asleep on the washing machine. Turn it off for rinse. There we go. He had to come off rinse. He was on that other cycle. That's he go. Appreciate it. How we doing, Martinez? Appreciate you. Bobby, listen, I see you. Don't be around nothing electrical either. You make me nervous.
They are left now. How about it, Chantel? How y'all doing? Who that? Is that Naya? Good to see you, sweetie. How we doing, Philip? Did it make sense? Appreciate it. How about Arnell? He's speaking in tongues. I ain't hear none of that.
I said it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I appreciate it, him. Appreciate you. How we doing, Bruce? Good deal. How about it, Stephen? Can you hear me, Stephen? Okay, that's right. How about Aim Lancaster? John, how we doing up there? Appreciate you. I get Robin, maybe she's on another screen. I know she's around there somewhere. How about Lancaster, the troublemaker? Yeah, exactly, the troublemaker. Good to see you. Meeks. Oh my goodness. Meeks, you ain't passed away, is you? Oh, there you go. All right, good to see you, Meeks. Good to see you. Who got Anthony over there? That Palmer. There you go, Palmer. That's right. I'm going to try to hide up under your wife's phone again this time. That's right. We finally got his own phone. That's what I'm talking about. Get your own phone. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else we got over there? Did I miss anybody else? Who else, man? What's Chanel like? Hey, Chanel, how we doing, sweetie? Good to see you, Nelly B. I got Bruce. I had hit Bruce. I see. So who else I got? I got everybody over there. Who else we got over here? Liz, how we doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy anniversary. You ever had that computer work out? Computer love. Computer love. That's all right. Say it. How we doing, say it? Word all right? Appreciate it, him. Appreciate it. How we doing, Robin? We have blinked off already. Good to see you and the kids. Word all right. Appreciate you. Who else we got out there? Who else we got? I got everybody on this family. I got everybody else. Who we got? Missing anybody? There go to Booker. How we doing up there? Josiah? Good to see you. How we doing over there, Michelle? Granville, can you turn all that extra noise out till I get over there to you? I see you over there, Granville. You just got 2 pillars and all of a sudden you want to make all that noise. Go mess your bed up right quick. Kayla, how we doing? Good to see you. Damon. I see you, Damon. Good to see you. Ivan, how y'all doing, the baby? I see you a little closer. I see you a little light over there. Now crack that curtain on there. Look at the baby. There you go, Leona said she had a crack. Look at that. Oh, look at her. Woo, she got that hair like preacher. Woo, woo, look at me and her hair. Look at that. No, Ivan, get back, Ivan. Don't you mess up me in that baby hair. Look at that. Good to see y'all. She is getting big. How much longer we got? A couple of about 2 more weeks? Oh, less. You don't know. 2025.
No.
Look at her. Ooh, look at her. Ooh, look at that. Ain't she something? Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Me and her got to talk about our hair. Look at that. That is all right. She pretty little. Ivan, you done overdid yourself, boy. Look at that. Tell her thank you, Ivan. Say thank you. Thank you. That's all right. Congratulations again. Who else we got on there? I missed anybody. Jeff. Good to see you, Jeff. Jessica the troublemaker. Atomic dog. Wow, you be yo. That's all right. Good to see you, Jessica. Good to see you. We're going to get you some more light in there, too. All right, Danielle, how we doing, sweetie? You and Courtney, how we doing? Good to see y'all. Somebody else, how the boys doing? All right, they hanging in now. You keeping them in line, Courtney? There you go, keep them in line. How we doing, Stasia? Doing all right? Appreciate you. I don't want to get you no glasses. You mess around and see Dwayne and Carl their wedding. So we'll make sure I don't get you no glasses. No. How we doing over there? We're good to see you, Nicole. How you doing, Naomi? Doing all right? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Who else we got on there? Cam, how y'all doing? You and the kid, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Amon, I miss you. Not your singing now, I miss you. She don't mind blowing them notes out there too. I be like, let's try to. She get right there with my mic at. I said, I hope they don't think they're preaching. That's all right. How you doing, Chelsea? I know you hanging in there, sweetie. We polite for you. Hang in there. He said you haven't been able to hold no food down. That's that early part. That's what happened right now, trying to get all around there, trying to act like you old tenderoni. Now you can't eat no macaroni. Isn't that right? Chris, how we doing, Chris? My man, good to see you, Chris. Appreciate you, him. Appreciate it. Oh, here we got to go up here in the truck. There go trouble. There go trouble. Who is that up down? Granville.
Yes, sir.
How we doing?
You make it plain as usual, sir.
I appreciate it. The word was all right.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I appreciate y'all. I mean that all of y'all, and I appreciate your hobby too, him.
Too, sir.
Appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate. Definitely always a Baraka win, and it's that's the benefit of us aligning ourselves with him and setting ourselves to get this thing right. This stuff been here for years, ages. These people ain't supposed to see this. Everybody, people don't realize how important. That's why we gotta make sure we get this right. Our young people, everybody, man, you'll be going around out here, you can't explain it, you don't know what's going on. And these signs were set for them to believe. And you sit here trying to look what's holding you back because you hadn't believed. So you see why we got to go back and learn this now. People done convinced us, oh, you don't need to know all that stuff. You just got to believe in your heart and love the Lord. These people have no idea what they're talking about. What do you believe in? Why is he going back over everything Musha said? Why is it when all you got to do is just run straight to the finish line? It makes no sense. It makes sense that we had to go back and examine the Torah because you don't really know what you know. He didn't say nobody without this. And everybody run around, you don't know what you're doing. Don't worry about it. But if it worked for you, work. You're not making it in. You know what? The average of these groups, Senegal, Yehudi, Israelite, Hebrew, Christian, Muslim, every one of them, these people telling lies. People don't want the truth. You make people tell lies because you don't care. You don't require people to tell you the truth. You a liar. You a hypocrite. Why you think these people gonna do right? Like people blaming Jake and them, you can't blame him when the people said that you pay for that foolishness. They even told you in Yeshayahu, the people told to speak, they're a smooth thing. Noble deceit. Get the Kodash one out of the way. I ain't moving. Y'all listen, he put y'all in the right place. I ain't moving. You can forget it. I ain't going nowhere. You not he moving. I'm not moving out no pathway. I ain't compromising. I ain't selling out for nothing. I'm standing on their word. Everybody work getting tried. They say I'm gay. I've been sleeping with these members, messing with these kids. Everybody work gonna be tried. Everybody what I say, I've been doing this for almost 27 years. Not one man done stopped my mouth on me living. I don't pay these people no attention. You think these people have something on me and they leave me up here? Go ahead and be a fool. I know some of my own people out here don't have no confidence in me. But that's fine. He told you, I ain't not I'm without honor except him. Other folk know they believe in me. You think these folk been letting me run my mouth, run these people down? And that's a woman out here. That woman I had to him, she got to come back. I failed on my job, she didn't come back. Why I think she been around here for almost 30 years? This ain't no one time, ain't no one hill to quitter. You coming back. There's a video out there, y'all better look. Isn't that right? Man, please. Don't believe these people. Listen, I'm standing for something. I appreciate it. Ain't by myself. Yahuwah done designated. It's time for somebody to live something. He's showing these people up. Now, I appreciate y'all to the front. Say that feel that strength. Men stand. We need to know this. So we can get our young men and they make sure they got something they can stand on. Our women can follow us. Man, we've been in the back, slack, laying back and all this stuff and going well. That time for to get to the forefront of that thing. Ain't that right? Get to the forefront of that thing. We ain't got no, like he told, this thing wasn't done in no corner. That's right. Ain't that what we doing back there? We ain't drawing back from nothing. It's the truth. When it come in here, it only come to save us while we on this side. Isn't that right? That's right. Mike tell me, he ain't standing about that point, so that's still good. We coming down that street too, Mike. Ain't that right? But anyway, give Mr. Yahuwah a hand clap. I appreciate it. Oh, you too. You too. I forgot. Please forgive me. I did, then I addressed Kayla, then I said Kayla. I know I did Michelle, Malcolm. I did, then I say something about them. I know I said Josiah, and I didn't see, Landon. All right, Sean Raha, he said, oh, that's what you get, that you get paid. I appreciate it, Robert. Appreciate it, Robert. Good to see you. Ain't that right, Chavez? Appreciate you. Andrew, He said, great teaching. Alma, good to see you, Alma. I do Ra always for the great debate. I appreciate you too, sweetie. Sean Tube, Lamet Ra, Tahalim, Yahuwah, Elohim, through Yahushua, HaMashiach, Ahab Yah, we'll have you too. Isaiah, wow, good word today. Appreciate it. Andrew said, wow. Ellis, he said, hand clap, appreciate you. Ellis, Eli, I'm sorry. It's Yahushua for me. How do Raha continue to speak with one of authority? Two, the bar, all Tahalini, Mr. Yahuwah, for feeding my Nafash. I'll continue to study what you're teaching. I'll grow daily to make my calling sure. That's right. Raul, appreciate great teaching as always. How do again, Raul? Appreciate you to a hobby. Who that? That's Daryl. Daryl Green, excellent teaching, Raha, thank you. Miss, who this, how you pronounce that? Tiliyah. I've had excellent teaching, Shalom. Appreciate you, sweetie. Robert again, I'm here. Good to see you, Robert. And there, right, I'm missing some more over there. Hold on. Andrea, the word was amazing. Appreciate it, woman. That's right, woman. Now, you know I'm looking for you. Word always on time. Appreciate you, Jeffrey. Appreciate you, Shabbat Shalom. Erica Hand, Woman Naughty laughing. Frederick Lofton, good to see you. Great word. Woman Naughty, and they brought you a $40,000 truck. No, they brought me a Ferrari and a $350,000 house. I ain't found it yet. Sean, I'm still standing, Ron. Good to see you. You too. I see the hand clap, Woman Naughty. Appreciate it. Bill, we gotta be here. Glad to be here. Glad to have y'all. Alma, good to see you as well. That's good. Lady C, delighted in the teaching, learned something new. Appreciate you. Woman Naughty laugh. That's right. I appreciate y'all here. Everybody, appreciate y'all. Me and I hobby. I'm always allowing for y'all. Y'all be encouraged. Keep standing. If I fuss, it's cause I care. Just like for y'all, I care for everybody. Everybody, he put a sound of my voice, they got a mind to hear, want to change, and want to get it right. I want to get it right. Like my young people, I want y'all to get this right. What we going to start doing different? Thank for you, Spirit. We thought of anything different to do. Don't worry about it. Just hold on. Don't make up nothing. Don't make up nothing. Do the right thing. When we going to start that? Today. Do the right thing. Why you said that? Continue to do the right thing. All right, well, we want y'all to get, we're going to do it. I had planned on trying to meet my young people. I want to talk with them because y'all mean a lot to me. Y'all get on my nerve. So I want to make sure y'all at least make it in and get on my nerve. Come on, Will, let's roll. Come on, you got, hurry up, hurry up. Oh, that boy look like trouble too. Come on, get a check. That joker look like trouble. Look at that. Big cookie, hey, Daddy. That's all. Sick. Man, sick, isn't it? I'm Way Of Yahuwah. That's right, Way Of Yah, his story. That's right. Been in a long time. About the longest one up there. Come on, you're not opening. Let me say it again. It just shaped bad. It ain't your fault though. As long as you got something in it. The main thing you do, don't worry about it. You just make sure you get something in it and make sure you take your time and follow. You have a real good future if you take your time while you're a young man now, okay? I know it's hard for you to understand, okay? They'll put another check up there. Come, so we go. It's gonna take him a little while to get in there, but he'll get in there. We're gonna work with him. That's what we're here to do to help all of them. How many of my young people are gonna start doing the right thing? Take your time. Don't raise your hand so fast. Take your time. That's it, take your time. Boy, you know you blind. You can't even see. What's the right thing? Can you see it? Boy, please, eye too far back. All right, y'all take your time, try to help y'all out. How we doing back there? Doing all right, Brandon? Can you hear pretty good? I couldn't see nothing holding you back now with them here. All right, y'all know how hard you ain't right. What about us? Yasha? Boy, you tripping. They ain't right with them. Nah, but they know how hard. I want to see y'all do the right thing. They know how hard these kids all on. Ain't that right? He said, I remember. That's right. Appreciate y'all. Everybody, appreciate all y'all. If I missed it, I ain't missed nobody up there, did I? That's right. That's right now. Josiah, you dancing? I called your name, Josiah. You couldn't hear. Didn't y'all hear me when I called Josiah's name? I called your name, Josiah. I've been calling your name. Oh, then he looking around, looking back that time. What happened? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I called your name. I ain't remember saying your mama. I see her back down now, her and Malcolm. But I definitely called your name. I asked about Landon. See that? That's right. But so I see Malcolm over there. She's standing up with your dad. You thought I forgot about you? I ain't forgot about you. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Who we go? Look at Caleb getting extra tall. Look at that, his twin over there. Where Jace at? Jace one of my friends. Oh, and that's right, Canada. That's my friends. That's my friends right there. That's what I'm talking about. Way to get them over there, Courtney. Good to see my friends. Always, man. A friend is like, man, that's just like mucho gracias, seeing friends. You know what I'm saying? I got one. Where Jay's at? Jay's my friend. Oh, he's sick. Yeah, that turn the camera there. Tell him stay back. Tell him just sit here up in prayer. Oh, how you doing? Good to see you. Get back now. We don't want to mess the screen up with nothing. Yeah, that's right. That stuff will jump through the screen. Oh, good. He tried to get between y'all. That's a good to see all my friends right there. That's good to see all y'all. That's everybody right there. Boy, get up if you mess that camera up. You know, man, you don't get along. What are you doing? Why? Adam, do me and you get along? Exactly. That's why you know you ain't supposed to be up there. Goodness, man, mess up my day. Trouble. Well, we try to make it anyway. Appreciate all y'all again. Appreciate everybody in and out. Look at Lancaster. Lancaster, why you got to drink with your finger in the air? Nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Never miss all y'all too. Appreciate it. What's our announcement? Said the woman talking about me and preacher talk alike.
I was just saying we both country. It's
no, we're not
countries.
both country. You country. Yoshi, man, you do not talk alike. I don't know where you got that from.
I'm just saying we both country. You Georgia country. I'm Texas, Oklahoma country. It's a different country.
Oh, y'all hear that? She gonna put that on Texas. You don't let her do that?
I'm
but country like that though?
Yes.
And you know what? They slipped over from Oklahoma.
That's true too.
That's right. All them country folks that talk country in Texas, they rolled over there from Oklahoma.
We got the same Texas, Oklahoma, St. Louis. It's the same talk.
St. Louis, no. St. Louis not claiming. I got some people from St. Louis up there. Oh, you said, oh, Arnett said, oh, no. I know that right.
Do.
No, he said, no. He said, no. He's not putting on, look at, Lancaster talking about putting the keys on him. Hold on, where Bruce and Albert? I know they don't go for that stuff.
They from Oklahoma.
What'd you say, Bruce? Thank you. I thank you.
Bruce is over there with the white people in Tulsa, kind of, you know, so.
But it's Oklahoma.
They say Tulsa, but I don't know. They don't even know about stuff in Tulsa, so I don't know how they from Tulsa.
How you gonna insult other people? They from the man tell you not from over there.
I'm with you, Yoshi. Thank you, Amber.
That's terrible.
Amber is from Tulsa, not
Amber,
Bruce.
that's terrible.
Though.
You done throwed your husband where you're married for this woman right here, this country accent.
We friends.
She feels sorry for you. That's good. You supposed to do that. Feel sorry for her.
Everybody send their hob.
And we'll hob them.
Tuesday is Nicole's birthday.
Happy birthday, Nicole.
Also, the Way of Yah's anniversary was last Wednesday.
That's all right. Happy anniversary, Way of Yah. That been what, like 21 years? 21 years. Whoo, boy, 21 years. Been working, 21 years. It's been some work around here too. 21 years, Way of Yah, appreciate it. I started preaching in 1998, 97, and 97. Then I started pastoring. Actually, a little before that, I got my first member. Then 2003 is when it started. Left out a Thursday night, had the first service that Sunday. Oh, that's right, 2003. Yahuwah been carrying us on. No, matter of fact, it started, the first service on a Saturday. I started out on Saturday. I used to do Saturdays. Didn't know about no Shabbat. I used to just do Saturday, then I would do Sunday. So I do Saturday, so I started out in the living room, me and my mother, the kids, my kids, wife, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and two more of the mothers. Rest of them fell aside. We still going on. Isn't that right? Me and mom and the kids kept moving on. Oh, and Sheldon, he was with us too. We started out. We had to keep moving on. And Dennis, another one, Kevin Dennis, he fell aside too. We had to keep moving on. And on the way, you lose some. You just had to have a mind to keep going. I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah. It could have been me, but he saw fit to keep me going. I appreciate him too. Ain't that right? Not knowing back then, I see some of y'all. I'd have shut that thing. If I seen some of y'all, I said, I'm gonna close that thing and going back over. Nah, I mess with it, but I appreciate you who are though for keeping this, and appreciate all of y'all again, all of those that support, watch in, and follow the members out of town, overseas, everywhere, hub, everybody. Let's stay in here, y'all. Let's get this thing together. It gonna cut. All of got to get cut. All of got to, but it's for, if it work out for our salvation. That's right. That's all you think about. If you get correct, think about that. If it work out for your salvation, won't it be worth it? That's all we're trying to do. Let's make sure we get it, okay? All right, look at Brandon them ears. Something we just are still a mystery. So something we speaking of mystery. I don't know what they for, but some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna make a Dumbo Part 9. See that? And that way he get his time to come in, ain't that right? All right, well, I just put it out there. There's something y'all to watch it. We're gonna pull out. What we're gonna do, we'll do something different. We're gonna go down. Let me say this. Those that listen, if you can't, honestly, please, I will not hold it as an offense, but that just show me you ain't trying to live right. No, but if seriously, if you can't, if it's a restriction, I'm not trying to put it, but I really just, I'm so grateful for everything he's done. And I just wanted to make sure we get it. So if you're able to. All right. Kodash Abba, separated Father, we say Hadu, which is thanks for all that you've done and you granted unto us. For those that are listening in and those that support, those that confess their kataim and all which their sins and transgressions, those that are here assembled, those that had a lot to be here were not able. We allow that you would allow us to intercede for them as Yahushua did for us. Not as though we are the Mashiach or even Yahushua, but because he ransomed, he gave himself, he allowed for us when we were without strength, when we were not able, we allowed that you look down and grant unto them their petition of healing, of restoration, of repentance, of your Yeshua, which is your salvation, granting us the Binah and the Da'ath, which is the understanding and the knowledge, the Kagma, the wisdom, and sealing us with the Ruach HaKadosh, forgiving our enemies, truly, as we truly seek repentance and forgiveness, and most of all, remission of our kataim, which is the removing of our sins. We allow before you that you would baraka your shamaim and your sabut, the height expansion where you dwell in your armies. Baraka behind prison walls and war-torn countries and captivities, considering our present-day situation is only by your will, by your choice and by your election, and not by our ability, not by our savings, not by our tool, our goodness, but because you are Hab, they are both the fathers. You chose their benin, which are their seed, which is us. Hadu. Please be a keeper to our young people here and abroad that have taken upon themselves that you granted unto them to seek you, to learn of you, that they might be saved. Let our young people be in an oar wherever you place them and put them as us as well, that other unashamed men might see you, recognize you, and call upon your Shem for salvation. Baraka, your pine in your face, and let it be their oar upon us. Baraka, the Berif, Shabbat, the Abraham, Yasakak, Yaakov, the Yahudim, Yasharah, the Tuladaf, which are their generations, even to us and our Tuladaf, our generations, recovering. Our individual mishvakah, our families, if you will. Touch their lives before it's too late. Cause them to come to a conversion, that they might convert, call upon Yeshem, call upon your name, repent, and bring forth pari that's meet for repentance, fruit that you receive. Baraka the married, the single, the separated, that they faint not, that their confidence will be in you, that they'll accept that your will is Tamim perfect, that you hadn't left them without a comforter, that they can put their confidence solely in you and in your Ben Yahushua HaMashiach, for you will not fail us, nor will you kazab. Baraka, those that are going through affliction, tribulation, and persecution, destructions of nature according to your will, be a shield and a buckler to us. Hadu for what you've done right now. Those bereaved, be a nakum. Make us tauher, pure,
of the Kodashim, the separated ones, joint heirs with the Mashiach, Talmim complete, perfect, before the Yom Mashpat. Baraka Jerusalem, in the midst of its destruction, bring forth New Jerusalem, and let us cohabitate with you. Baraka Yeshalakim, your Malaki, that we will debar your debar, speak your word without compromise, without wavering. Soften our laws of our heart, that we will have a genuine care for your people, not only here, in our own, in our sight, but those that are dispersed and spread abroad. Let not prejudice or hatred or strife or malice come in between your work and your will. Let us be ever so careful to shama your dabarim. Be a baraka to the shower that labor in this part of vineyard, that they'll consider. Grant them the ability, the know-how to do your will. If it's anything we've done, anything we said, if it's any place that we've gone to that can cause us to be distracted, separated from your Kadash will, allow it to be manifest, and then let us be badal from it, separated from the behaviors, that we might be receiving your alarm habitation. And when we've done all we can do here, we seek a beth in your alarm Malkuth, in your eternal empire, where we can see your Pani and Tahalim your Shem better. In the Shem of Yahushua, HaMashiach, we palau. Also, Barakado, we commit to you and palau, that that's us to palau for them and with them as well. In the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach, let us all say, Amen.
Come home! Come home! I have you. Man, these folks so old, we got so much blood rushing. Y'all see, time done took her down. Come on here, children. Ooh, don't we look so pretty? Huh? Oh, I'm gonna knock Alice out too. Come on up here, children. Alice, I'm gonna knock you out.
We got two sacrifices. For Adam.
Adam already know he gonna. Adam, you know this for you. This bud's for you. All right, we gotta shake it off. Y'all come on up. Hold on, we got let the little ones through. Come on through. Let me hold on. Let him come on through. Come on through. Come on through. Boy, you can step on it. You kind of fat, man. You hurt my foot.
Yeah, he didn't.
You fat. Nolan, you heavy.
Yeah, because he ain't that heavy.
Yeah, you. Hey, y'all ready? Let's stretch it out. Y'all ready? All right. Me and Rachel are on the grown people up here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, hit it. Ra-ah-ah, the little children. Ooh. All the children of the congregation. Ooh. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Ra-ah, the little children of the congregation. Woo! Come home! Come home! I have you! Y'all tell everybody, y'all let them know. Tell them shalom.